What's up, everyone? It's your boy BLAZEDxENFERNO.
And I'm ENFERNAL GAMING and you are listening to episode 90 of the Infernal Gaming Podcast.
Yes, sir. We're recording this episode July 8th. So we cooking this one up a little earlier before we serve it to y'all, you know what I mean? But this was like the best time for us to get this type of episode recorded because y'all really gonna enjoy this when y'all get a little further into this, man. But just if you're new here, man, just know you can listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. All those links are in the description. Check out our personal links as well. Remember to rate the show 5 stars on Apple and Spotify to help us grow. And make sure you like on the YouTube version, man. Make sure you like, comment, let us know what's going on, man. Talk to us, man. Give us some feedback because this is episode 90, which means we 10 episodes away from the big 100, man. So we got a lot. These next 10 episodes are gonna be monumental. I got a lot of shit planned for y'all, man. A lot of things planned, man. We got some more content creator panels we're gonna do. We're gonna bring some guests on. We're gonna have some different types of conversations. We might bring back a Mental Health Monday type vibe for y'all. We got some more music podcasts, obviously. We got a whole bunch of things, but we're going to start this off right by combining the best of both worlds. We bringing y'all the music side of the podcast and the gaming side. We smashing them together. I'm not only here with just my boy E-Night, but I'm here with my boy residential Soulsborne player. And then my boy fucking Word Bird, man, which y'all may know, from earlier episodes of the podcast, of the music podcast. He ain't been able to, he been busy and shit, but we try to get him back in, but we had to have him here for this. This is important. It's important. He had to be here for this, man. But
I'm mad you didn't run with the narrative that we was beefing.
Oh, man, yeah, Bird, he wanted us to go with the narrative that we had some type of motherfucking beef with you and shit. We fell off and shit, nigga.
And then surprised you would have come back.
Man, fuck y'all said Logic is white.
Should have had us join mid combo. Just be like, I heard you talking shit.
Nah, that would have been perfect. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a good podcast, man. Because this gonna be a little different, man. There's gonna be some hands being thrown tonight, man. It's gonna be a great conversation. I hope y'all join us for this. But we're gonna open it up like we always do for the gaming podcast. I'm gonna start down at the very bottom. I asked my boy Word Bird, what the fuck you been playing, video game wise, like?
What I've been playing, man. What I've been playing. So you know me, man, an anime fan and stuff like that. Usually when it comes to games, I go ahead and yearly, I get my 2K, I get my Madden, I get my UFC if a brand new one is out and stuff like that, and I'll rock out with the sports games. But recently I found myself getting back into playing, certain things that I wanted to, certain things that I never got the chance to. So like recently I started playing that one game, Digimon Survive. Like I saw like they had like a new Digimon. Yeah, bro. I saw they had a new version of the redid Digimon Adventure and all that for the second season. So I was like, Digimon. So I saw Digimon Survive and I started like playing it, and it's mostly a visual novel and all that, but the story is fucking crazy, bro. Like it's not like the Digimon we grew up with. You got a dude literally like abusing his Digimon because he was abused by his dad, and then his Digimon digivolves and eat his ass. Like not eat his ass, but you know what I'm saying? No, he eat him and all that. You see this dude that's paranoid as hell because they went to the digital world, and this is before like they even knew what Digimon was. The Digimon didn't even know they was Digimon. Like that's how the story is. But it's cool. You got a little girl that was like trapped in the digital world for 50 years and shit. It's like a horror thing too. So it's pretty damn cool. So that took a while.
Is that like an indie title, or is that like an actual like from the people that made Digimon type shit?
I believe it's from the people that made Digimon. It's just like really, really different than any type of Digimon game they got. It's not like Digimon World or anything like that.
It should look crazy. Yeah. It's got like 9.10 on Steam.
Yeah, it's good, bro. It's good. Like it's a visual novel, and the gameplay is like turn-based, but you get the Digivolve, you get your, you got your Agumon and stuff like that. You get your Garurumon. They throw some newer Digimon in there to like get everybody to get used to them and stuff. So you get to learn more shit. Like it's pretty cool. I'm not about to be the biggest Digimon fan of all time again or something like that, but no, that was a really good playthrough for real. And then
Okay.
and also like then after you beat it, you get to go back in and you get to like change certain things. You get to like show this one dude that got anxiety, like, yo, we care for you, bro. So he doesn't go and kill himself essentially. And then after that, that makes it so the other dude doesn't like it's you get to change the direction of the story and stuff once you go after the first playthrough. So
That
it's
was
been
dark
pretty
for some
cool.
Digimon. God damn.
Real talk.
That shit got dark as fuck.
Real talk. They cussing at
If
each
you really
other.
think about it, Digimon always been dark though.
Yeah,
I
low
remember
key.
there was an episode in the anime shit got kind of real.
Yeah. Yeah. The boy Myotis Mon smacking around Wizardmon and shit. Like, yeah, it was pretty dark. You can see where they was going with it. My boy Leomon always dying in every series. Like it's a joke. He always dying. But
Like
yeah.
from South Park, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Yep. So that's what I've been on, bro. Other than that, what else I've been playing? I don't know how. And I understand that like Dragon Ball Z is like, like it's the biggest anime franchise, but they like was adding new DLC. I was like, oh, let me see what's popping with Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Cause that shit came out in 2020, bro. I did not think they were still dropping DLC. But yeah, I started looking at the new DLC, playing through that. What else I've been on? I was telling Warren earlier, because I'm out here being top flight security of the world, working these soccer games, I just downloaded FC 24, which of course is the new name for FIFA and all that. So,
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah, so I'm out here
Okay.
trying to diversify myself and all that. It is some other things that I want to get into, but I'll tell y'all about that when I get there.
Okay.
But yep.
All right, Warren, man, go ahead. Tell us the fucking perfect games you've been playing. I know you've been playing straight perfection, nothing but the greatest in modern gaming, right?
Well, if you must know, all right, I've been playing Dark Souls 2.
Oh, great. Great.
You'll hear about what I feel about the series later and whatnot. But before that, I played Stellar Blade actually.
Oh, did you beat that?
Yeah. It was solid.
How long is that game?
It's not too long, to be quite honest.
I
It's
want to
weird.
play this on stream. I want to stream that.
Honestly, listen. If you want it, I'll definitely lend it to you if you don't have it. But like, honestly,
word. Hell yeah.
Dead ass. But like, honestly, it didn't captivate me, but I still like pushed on through and got it done, and I enjoyed playing it. Before that, I played Dark Souls 1, and before that, Lies of P, which I thoroughly enjoyed because it's like a combination of Sekiro meets Bloodborne, and storyline, the lore behind it, and everything like that. It's like a new take on the whole Pinocchio story and whatnot. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. But like, yeah, listen, I can go on and on about how much I enjoy the Dark Souls series and whatnot. And I honestly think in looking at how people have reviewed Dark Souls 2 in particular, I think it gets a bad rap unfairly. It is a highly underrated installment into the series, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Dark Souls 2, man.
I don't understand how or why. It's great. I love it.
The thing I struggle with Dark Souls 2 is like the direction of where to go, because I think I got pretty far when I had it on Xbox 360, and it was like I think I got to the bitch with the she's got like a scorpion tail that shoots magic and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I beat her, and then I was like at a wall. I was like, where the fuck do I go now? And then I like just put it down. Like it wasn't like wild. The difficulty. It was just I didn't know what the fuck I was doing most of the time.
The Souls games really do have like poor conveyance at times where you'll be like, okay, I don't know where to go now, and it won't direct you to where to go next.
On that, because Dark Souls 1, I was able to figure shit out pretty effectively. I feel like Dark Souls 2 is more hub-ish, and I was more used to the linear experience of Dark Souls 1.
I had those problems even with Dark Souls 1 here and there. Dark Souls 3 in particular, I think, was probably the best as far as conveying where to go next. Plus, it was like easier to travel and go in between places. With Dark Souls 2, I will also admit that like when you're at like the travel destinations, just the pictures of everything, just it made it very, very difficult to kind of traverse. But I'm close to actually like close to the end, but I'm actually doing like DLC portions right now. So like that's pretty much occupying my time, and I'm prepared to dedicate an entire year of my life to Elden Ring. Once I'm like honestly, the only thing that's keeping me from playing Elden Ring is me back
Yeah, you
cataloging
haven't
the
played
entire.
it yet?
Listen, I have it. It's just that because I fell in love with the entire series,
Oh,
I've just been back
man.
cataloging.
Do you play Demon Souls?
I played the remastered Demon Souls, and I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. It's like Dark Souls, the rough draft. All right, you can just tell how they pretty much improved upon things as the games went by. But like, yeah, the fact that you like the long run-ups just till you get to the boss, you can't get to a supposed bonfire, even though they don't have bonfires in Demon Souls, until after you beat the boss. And it's not as if the bosses are hard or anything, it's the run-ups are long. It's just like you have to go through so much shit just to get to like a save point. It's just it was a lot to deal with, and like I just decided I'm just gonna skip. I'm like midway through Demon Souls, but it's like I'll get back to that much later, and I'll like back catalog Dark Souls 1 and 2 before going into Elden Ring.
Damn, bro, we ain't even play Elden Ring, man.
No, that's fine.
Can't even talk to you about nothing, man.
Listen,
don't even bring your hot takes to the conversation no more. Just get rid of them. Get rid of them. You ain't even play Elden Ring. You ain't even play Elden Ring.
Dog, because it's the newest installment, and from what I'm hearing, like people are saying it's pretty easy, but it's like I wanted to have the full experience of everything its predecessors before, like, okay, I'm going into this vast and open world that's probably going to occupy a large chunk of my gaming time because it's a fucking long, and on top of that, the DLC which has got added onto it, which I'm definitely going to get to add on top of that. So
I just watched one of my favorite streamers face the final boss for it was like 11 hours or something like that yesterday. He beat him. They killed each other. It was crazy. It was
a double knockout.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
He still got the dub, but he killed the boss, but the boss killed him too. So
that's fucking wild. I recently rated out on a streamer that was playing Elden Ring on a piano, and he's fighting the final boss on the DLC. It was actually pretty good. Like him doing it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not about all that type of stuff. People be doing the absolute most with this type of shit. Okay, it's just like playing Sekiro on a dance pad and shit. It's wild. Okay, I can't do that.
When people think a game is perfection, I mean they do the weirdest things. I mean, strange behavior.
Is it really?
All right, Eknight, what you been playing, man? What you I know you've been playing. Let me guess. Hold up.
Yeah.
Halo.
Right. Fuck. You guessed. How did you know?
What else you been playing, man? I know
I've been playing Helldivers 2. I've been playing what else have I been playing? I've been playing a little bit of Elden Ring. I picked that back up again. I'm doing a whole new playthrough because I forgot how to play.
What was your build, by the way, my nigga?
Right now we're going faith and strength. We'll see. We'll see what that evolves into, because like I think the last time I played, I got halfway through the game, and I got so fed up with like the load shit, where like you have a heavy light load shit. If you have too much items and gear on, you do a fat roll or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just took off all my armor and just now I have like a scarab helmet on. And I was just like running through the game like that, which was a lot of fun, but it was also like I'm getting one shot by like almost everything. So, but I picked that back up. I'm doing just like a normal playthrough with like gear and stuff. I'm gonna try and like actually make a build that I want to play. Picked up Dead Space Remake again, which was a request. And we've been streaming all through the Halo storyline. So I did, what's it called? We beat Halo 3. I was forced to play Halo 4. And now we're playing CE, and we just got past the library on Legendary. So we're almost done that, and then I'm going to go into like Halo 2, which is what started my addiction. And then I've been playing a bit Baldur's Gate off stream, just solo.
Okay.
And we just beat Black Mesa, which is a Half-Life 1 remake.
Oh,
which is actually really good. I recommend it if you guys pick it up.
why they call it that?
Black Mesa, because that's the name of the site that you're in Half-Life.
Okay.
And I think it's just to differentiate between the original and then the remake.
Okay.
Black Knight just got on Halo Infinite. What the hell?
Yeah, it's my boy.
Bro about to crack out real quick. What? Shit. Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. And for me, man, you know what I've been playing, man. I'm playing Call of Duty, man. I've been playing Call of Duty. Right now I'm sitting in a Black Ops 6 waiting room, man. Can't wait for that joint to drop.
Yo.
Just can't wait, man. Can't wait. Absolutely can't wait. I think I'm gonna pre-order it this Friday. So I have that all paid off, whole $100. No game pass for me. I mean,
I'm gonna get on Game Pass and then drop it after like a week or two.
I want to own it, so I'm gonna have that. What else have I been playing, man? Shit, I gotta really think. What have I been playing? I picked up a couple games from the summer Steam sale. So I got Sniper Elite 3. I've been playing that because I always wanted to play this Sniper Elite 3 game.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, people tell me that was like you're basically like a World War II sniper, but it kind of plays like if you ever played like the newer Ghost Recon games like Wildlands and Breakpoint, it's like it's kind of like open levels, so it's like you can do like kind of whatever you want. Think of it kind of like Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. That's why I like it so much.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because my
you
first
can also shoot people's testicles off.
Yeah. Yeah, my first Sniper Elite game was 4, and then I played 5, and I absolutely loved 5. 5 was like really good because it was like enormous. Some of those levels took you like, there's like one level took me like 2 hours to complete because it was just, it's so much shit going on. There's so many, like you really got to move like a sniper. Like you take a shot, relocate, you know what I mean? You've got to, if there's like a airplane flying over you, got to take the shot because, it masks the sound of your bullet and shit like that. So it's like, it's super dope, bro. Like the Sniper Elite games, you have Game Pass, I believe 4 and 5 are on there. And I recommend both of those. They're super dope. I didn't play it yet, but I played the game 1,000 times. So this will be my 7th time, 8th time. I can't remember buying Skyrim. You know what I mean?
Doesn't one of the Sniper Elite games have a zombie horde mode too?
I don't know. I'm
pretty sure one of them does.
I never played all that. I just kind of beat the story, and then I find a level I really like, and I just keep running the level, and I just keep doing dumb shit on because it's like there's so many ways to like complete your objectives in that game. It's crazy. It's insane, especially with 5. 5 like really makes you feel like a elite sniper. But I always wanted to play 3 because 3 is like everybody says like smaller levels, but it's like it's just the way you played was like totally different, and I've been enjoying it so far. But like I said, I just bought Skyrim again. I bought the VR version of Skyrim.
This man has to be stopped.
I just bought it before this podcast started because I got my cord from my Quest to hook up to my PC, so I'll be playing. As soon as this podcast is over, I will be in Skyrim, playing Skyrim in VR. Skyrim. You know what I mean? But besides the regular, I've been playing a new game that just dropped that we're going to talk about real quick. I actually played this with Warren like a year ago. We played the closed beta for it like a year ago. It's called The First Descendant. Brand new game that just came out, free to play game from Nexon. I'm like kind of conflicted on doing a review because the game just came out like not even a week ago. Like tomorrow will be a week ago.
You can give impressions though.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about doing like some first impressions. I got like 25 hours in the game, so I've been kind of like any chance I get. Like last week, I really just put a shit ton of time into Elden Ring, not Elden Ring. Fuck, man. I saw the word Elden Ring. It was like, God damn.
Put a shit ton of time in Elden Ring because this game.
I've been playing a lot of this, the first Descendant game, and I really like it, bro. I really like this game, man. I highly recommend this game. And I can recommend it so easily because one, it's free to play. I tell everybody the only thing you got to lose with a free to play game is your time.
Right.
I mean, and after an hour or two, I mean, you can basically say like if you like it or not, and you can just drop it and move on, and it's no harm, no foul. I mean, but if you do like it, you can just continue on with it until you don't. Me, I kind of been waiting for a game like this for a while because as a streamer, it's something that's like I'm just kind of getting like tired of playing all these Twitch shooters where I gotta be fucking on 10 Adderalls at a time to play. Like when I play like fucking like I was playing Duty right before we record this podcast. It's like I had to be like cracked out in the zone the whole time we was playing Warzone because I was playing Warzone ranked and shit. So it was just like it's just like when you play these types of shooters, you gotta always be on 10, and I sometimes I don't want to be that. Sometimes I just want to relax. I want to kick back with a nice game with the squad and just do some stupid shit. And that's what this game really is. To really sum it up, it's just you doing a bunch of stupid shit with your friends, grinding and farming for materials and stuff so you can get better characters. I mean, I can't tell you anything about what's going on in the story. I think the story just started to actually get good, to be honest. But at this point, I'm so lost in it that I really don't care anymore. I say I recommend it. First impressions wise, like I don't want to give too deep of like a review yet. If you like Destiny, if you liked Warframe, if you like games like that, I'm pretty sure there's other games in that same vein that are like that. You'll like this, and there's like I said, it's free to play, cross play, cross save, all that good shit that makes just life easier when you can play with anybody, no matter what system they're on. They don't have to buy anything; you just play it.
We do need to get back on that Warframe, though.
I mean, I'm not doing it. I got somebody I could connect you to he'll farm with you fucking 8 hours a day, bro. That's all he does.
I ain't that dedicated now. Okay?
Bro, be farming every day. I'm talking.
I don't want another situation where we end up in a clan with the same nigga that was so dedicated to that motherfucking clan that if you ain't do nothing, he'll just kick you out. And I'm like, this y'all niggas live and breathe Warframe, dog. Y'all niggas can have that.
Bro, the shit bad on Warframe, bro. My boy just got a job, thank God. But when he didn't have a job, when the nigga didn't have a job, shout out my boy AK. When he didn't have a fucking job, that's all he was playing was that fuck. Like he would literally wake up 6 o'clock in the morning.
Nigga said he got Discord. A job, thank God.
I would literally ask him like, "Yo, what you doing today?" He'd be like, "Well, today I think I'm gonna grind out to get this Warframe. We need Aroken shards or whatever the fuck it's called." I'm like, God damn, bro, like. It's so bad he had people farming for him, man. Like, the shit was crazy.
Damn, he had hoes?
Bro, the shit was bad, dog. Like, but I will say, if you're into those types of games, this is it because this game it really has that same level of grind. Like, they want you to, I don't want to say because I really haven't tried to grind for a Descendant yet, but it's kind of like hinting like, yeah, like the body's motherfucking Descendants, nigga. I mean, drop that $10 on this character real quick because that's what it costs.
That's like
$10.
Most free to play games, so like
yeah,
somewhat understandable. At least it's not like Destiny where it's like flashing ads as soon as you log in and for like 20 minutes straight.
Yeah, but Destiny's good right now. Shout out to Destiny. I love that game. Love you. But the first Descendant, probably by episode 91, I'll give you all like a full breakdown how I feel. Honestly, I was supposed to stream some of it today, but I decided not to because I don't want to get like fatigued of the game. Like I've already heard of like a lot of people just kind of getting into that mode already. Like again, the game's only been out like 5-6 days and people are already just tired. You know what I mean? Because it is a grind. Like it is a grind, dog. And it's like a lot of times it's really just you just wiping a map of all of the little purple things on it, and then moving to the next area, doing the same thing, rinse and repeat, doing operation, which is like their version of Destiny Strikes. So you go in there, you beat a boss, you beat a mid boss, an end boss, and then that's it. Yeah, I mean, it's like a lot of rinse and repeat. So you're like that type of person that likes to do that shit, and you can break the game. Like, I have a friend that I was playing with the other day who was literally hitting shit for like 400 something thousand, and was just would shoot the boss one time and just one phase. Like, it was crazy. It was fucking crazy. You can really break that game. So if you're one of them people who like that type of shit, then try to First Descendant, man. And I say that because I know we got a lot of broke niggas that watch our podcast, listen to our podcast, that don't want to upgrade to a fucking PS5. So it is available on PS4. Yeah, I mean, you broke motherfuckers. Say nah.
Jesus Christ, dog.
Hey man, we love the broke folk. We love the struggle.
Nah, man. It's just because we was talking about that shit on the last. Yo, I just know what he did with that.
Bird is the spokesman of the struggle, though. Okay, nigga's mayor of Struggle Town, dog.
Hey man, hey man, we
some
still
fly
living.
shit.
We living.
Okay, so without all that out the way, man, let's break into part of the main conversation, man. So like I said, this podcast is going to be a little different. This is kind of like a podcast we want you guys to kind of get in touch, the listener to kind of get in touch with us more as gamers. Usually we just kind of give our opinions on gaming articles, like what's happening and stuff like that. But today we going to start the conversation. We going to just have a one big gaming conversation orgy, just talk about a bunch of gaming related things.
Like that, dog.
Oh,
pause.
Yeah, you're right. It's more of a circle jerk.
Yeah, but we're gonna have a crazy time with this conversation, and I hope y'all enjoy it, because we're gonna start off this way, man. We're gonna start with Eknight. All right, we'll start with Eknight. Eknight, what we're all gonna do here is we're gonna give 3 games from our top 5. All right, 3 games from our top 5, in no order. Just 3 games that you would say are your all-time favorites.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then we're gonna just ask you why afterwards. We're gonna ask you why. You know what I mean? Okay. And we're gonna break it down. This is for, like I said, for the listener to kind of come more in I guess in touch with us and where we lie as gamers and stuff like that.
Or so we're gonna clown you for having them games.
Yeah.
Shut up, Warren.
Yeah. So go ahead, Eknight. Give us your top 3 Halo games. I mean, your top 3.
I mean, I could. Nah, my top 3 that I got is Halo 3, Pokemon Ruby, and Oblivion.
Word.
Why?
All right. Well, I'll start from Oblivion. Oblivion is what got me into more RPG games. Like, in general, I don't think I'd be playing Elden Ring right now if I didn't like Oblivion. You know, being able to like customize your character and shit, doing weird ass quests and goofy ass like situations. Definitely made me more excited for Skyrim that I played Oblivion, rather than like if I was just a random guy that just picked up Skyrim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I like 100% of that game. So like DLC, everything, every side quest, all of it. Back when it was on 360. So that kind of got me excited for more RPG style games, kind of like search for that, like, kind of like more like that feeling of wonderment, you know, just getting lost in the game's like world and story. So it's like, it just made Skyrim that more special. It made like getting into Dark Souls a little bit easier, but not like it was like a different taste at the time. And then Pokemon Ruby, I've had Pokemon was like pretty much my first video game. I started off with Yellow, and Ruby was just like my favorite out of the franchise. Has my favorite starter is Mudkip. So like Swampert, yep, the goat.
Yep.
So like, and it's always been like a part of like not only my childhood, but like adult life. I collect fucking Pokemon cards. I fucking playing Scarlet and Violet, no matter how bad it was. Like it's shit. I might be an abused Pokemon trainer, but we out here. And then finally, Halo 3 has just been like my favorite game of all time. It's like, to me, it's like the perfect FPS type game. Both story, shit you can do outside of the game, shit you can do in the game. You got Forge, you can make your own custom maps, modes. You play multiplayer with your friends. You know, it just had the most varied amount of like content at that time. And yeah, dude, it's like it was just a good time when it was out. And I still play it. Like I'll jump on MCC and just to play Halo 3 multiplayer or play custom games in the browser.
Yeah, man, I definitely feel you on Halo 3, man. That's in my top 5. That might be my third favorite game of all time.
That's surprising. I figured it was Halo 2.
Nah, Halo 3 for sure. Halo 3. It was the first Xbox 360 game I ever owned.
Mm-hmm.
It was that and Sonic Generations. So
okay.
Yeah, Halo 3 will always have that spot in my heart. Just the run Halo 3 had was just no game has ever been able to replicate that, man. Ever. Yeah, that's a good list though, man. That shit like was damn near almost my list though. I was like, God damn, bro.
Yeah. that John definitely was good. I'm gonna say Sean, like
Change Oblivion to Skyrim. That's his list.
Basically.
Go ahead, Bert.
What you say, Bert?
Oh no, I was gonna say like on the Pokemon point, like I feel you, man. Like that, like the Pokemon Advance era of Pokemon was like to me the best. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm a little biased, and I was like, never mind, I ain't gonna spoil my list, but I got my.
Well, you was up next anyway.
I was.
So yeah, you can just lead right into it. Go for it.
Go for it.
Okay, bet. Touching on that, I'm gonna say my top 3 is between Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. I'm gonna go ahead and say Gold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that, and the reason, all right. So the reason that I'm picking that, if I'm talking about a Pokemon game, like I ain't even gonna lie, like I remember it like it was yesterday. Me and my homie Justin. This when I was living in Chester. We sitting outside. I live right off of the highway before you get on the 95. Some dudes come up to my porch. Yo, you know some nigga named Melvin? No. What they do? They take my Game Boy, the whole case, all my shit. Bro, I had everything on Pokemon Gold and Silver. I had a Game Boy Color in the back of that pack, bro. I was hurt. So Gold and Silver to me, like, was always like, to me, that was peak. I give a damn about playing this game, Pokemon Bird, because of like how creative like you could get and stuff like that. Now, I could say like maybe I had a little more fun with Fire Red and all that. But it just didn't have like the completeness that Gold and Silver and Crystal did because you couldn't do both like Johto and Kanto and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Kanto basically New Game Plus for that shit. So
yeah.
Exactly. And then in high school when Soul Silver and Heart Gold came out, I was broke as fuck. I wasn't getting that shit. So
So those games were both goated too.
I bet, man. I gotta go dig one up and go ahead and do that playthrough.
On play, they're like hundreds of dollars. I think like Silver is like 200.
I bet. I got Gold and Silver like the originals. I just gotta get the memory batteries installed and all that. But my second favorite game of all time, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say SmackDown versus Raw 2007. People that know me, like I'm a big wrestling fan. Like I'll get in and out. It's not like I'm following wrestling like 24/7 or something like that. But SmackDown versus Raw 2007, like to me, those was the ones where it's like it's not just cheesy and stuff like that. It's actually like competitive, but it's also fun.
Yeah, like I was up in that days, man.
Yes, bro. The early SmackDown versus Raw days was the best. I was customizing the locker rooms and all that, getting all the pictures of all the Jones with the cleavage showing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of those, huh?
That's a Freak Ball Bird.
that's just one of those games where it's like I don't need to like have a refresher. To me, those is the games like that I'm gonna say like is my favorite like of all time because like my brain still resonates with it like decades later. You know what I'm saying? Like I can hop on it right now on the PS2 and it's nothing. Third, I'm gonna say Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say that, and I know there's people that prefer like the Budokai series and stuff like that, but yeah, no, I love me some anime. When I was younger, nobody could tell me nothing. When it came to Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi, like I didn't get much, but like when it come around for Christmas, I'm definitely asking for that. And that's another game like I could hop on the sticks right now. That's why I'm like so excited for Sparking Zero. Like it to me it was almost flawless. I mean, the defensive systems in Tenkaichi 2 was a little bit better, but and they could have had a better story mode most definitely. But having all the characters from Dragon Ball up to GT and stuff like that, it to me it was like it was a love note to all the Dragon Ball Z fans and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like having somebody like General Blue in a video game, I'm like, damn, they put General Blue in that, John. Like Devilman, I'm like, oh, they put Devilman in that, and then like giving us what everyone wanted. You know what I'm saying? The fusions and stuff. They didn't make it too complicated. It was so dope, and everyone's been asking for a four for so long. For so long. I think Tenkaichi 3 came out in 2007, ironically. I think something like that. But
Okay.
but yeah, man, that they always gonna be my faves for real, for real. So and they got me being real creative. So I always love things that can get me being creative. So yep, that's mine.
Not a bad list, man. A lot of variety there, man. A
Yes,
lot of
sir.
it signifies from your childhood, man. A lot of that shit,
Yeah.
definitely your childhood, man. That's what's up, though, man. That's
Yes,
what's
sir.
up. I love to see it, man. All right, Warren, man. Let me see your list, man. I'm excited to see your list, man, because Warren really not a gamer for real, man. He really not.
Well, I always tell people this. I was a gamer back in my like early childhood, but then I lost my virginity, and suddenly my priorities changed. So,
I'm not
but
mad at you, man. I did the
I
same
will
shit.
say this though, in around 2022, I experienced a bit of a renaissance that got me back into gaming. Actually, so like it's more. So these past like 2 years or so, it's just been me rediscovering my love for video games. And I was kind of going back and forth on whether or not I wanted to include. Actually, it's going to be my honorable mention as to the game that got me into games. But as far as my top three is concerned, I'm going to start with Sonic Adventure 2.
Damn.
Mm.
Damn.
Classic.
Listen, and
Classic.
I side eye anyone that says Sonic has never been successfully been able to been adapted to 3D when this game exists. I mean, Adventure 1 was dope already, but like Adventure 2 was just perfection. It's a masterpiece, at least in my eyes, from the gameplay to the OST, which honestly, the music nerd in me loves the original soundtrack to Sonic Adventure 2. They didn't have to go that hard for the OST, and yet they did that. Rouge's entire like her stage music is just fire, straight through. But
Damn, it's crazy. I remember exactly what you're talking about too.
but what's it? The Chow Garden perfected that. What's it? The
Yeah.
whole you're playing the hero side, and then on top of that, the dark, which was like as a kid, I was so used to being okay. You're playing the protagonist side of things, so you're always the hero in these matters. Now this was like, no, you get to play as the dark side, the people that are trying to do evil. And I was like, what? It kind of fucked me up. It's kind of like process and go through that and how different the stages were. It's like there was like two games in one, and then after completing both sides, there was the mystery part, which combined everything, and it's like it was again an incredible game that like is highly underrated, and I think is often forgotten because of all the other installments that came later on. I'm mad that they never really kept with that sort of formula, at least for like two or more games to kind of go with that. I feel as though Sonic would have such a better reputation in the 3D world if they had just kept doing the same thing that they did for Adventure 2. My next game, Star Fox 64.
That's
Damn.
a good one.
Nigga, I'm telling you, I was a gamer back when I was a kid. Okay, I'm
I
telling
didn't
you,
even
like,
expect that one. God,
Yeah, I
that
didn't
shit came
either.
off the hip.
I didn't either.
dog,
Explain why, man.
there was so many different ways you can beat that game. Like you couldn't. There was no like one. I played that game, replayed that game so many different times because there's one particular path you can take, but you wouldn't touch all the planets. So you would have to like, okay, you can play the first stage, but you can beat it in a different way that will change the trajectory of where you went. Like it was just mind blowing how like for me ahead of its time and how it was like designed and how you completed the game. So it was like even up to like the final boss battle where you're fighting Andros, of course, but it's like there is like the version where it's like the simpler version, and then there's like the final boss version that's like, oh, this is a whole lot different than the way it was like initially when you played it the other time around. So it's like just the various different ways that you can complete the game, the different stages that you can get, the different sorts of like, there's the R-Wing, and then there's the tank, and then there's the submarine levels and whatnot. It's just a fun experience that I had on the N64 that just was never been able to be replicated. Even I liked Star Fox Adventures and everything like that, but like Star Fox 64 is like top tier and I don't understand why they haven't done anything to recreate that sort of feel in the later renditions of like Star Fox video games, to be quite honest.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And my last game, I will say this though, honorable mention goes to Sekiro, mostly because like that was the one that spurred not just my love for the FromSoft series, it was my entry point actually into the FromSoft series, but that also spurred my renaissance back into gaming. And it got, honestly, going through and completing that game actually got me out of a depression. So like that game has a special significance to me. But my number three in this list is as much as I hate what the franchise has become, and if you ask to try to figure out what the fuck it's talking about and what this franchise is, what it stands for at this current juncture in time, and the fact that they're still making more frustrates the crap out of me. But I cannot forget the feeling that I had in its first installment, and I will say my number 3 game is Kingdom Hearts.
Hey,
which
wait,
one?
which one?
First one, Kingdom Hearts 1.
Really?
I love Kingdom Hearts 2, don't get me wrong, but like Kingdom Hearts 1 being the entry into this entire massive and vast world, and just at least from like just how somewhat clear cut things were in Kingdom Hearts 1, I loved it. And then Kingdom Hearts 2, it's kind of like, okay, who the fuck is this blonde kid that I'm playing as? If you didn't play the cross friggin' console, like just what? They just confuse you from the rip. It's like, okay, if you want to get the sequel, you're gonna have to play Chain of Memories, but you're gonna have to get it from the Game Boy and shit. It just they cross-platformed, and that's where the shit went downhill for me. Kingdom Hearts 3 isn't as like, honestly, at that point you were just kind of like we've been waiting. Niggas died between Kingdom Hearts 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3, dog. We went through like 2 different presidencies before we got to Kingdom Hearts 3 between Kingdom Hearts 2, dog. And so much shit in between that the fucking 2.18712. Can't understand this motherfucking shit, okay? Nevertheless, okay, I don't want to get on a Kingdom Hearts rant. Number 1 is a splendid, fantastic experience, and will always be a cherished memory in my childhood playing that game.
Okay.
I like it.
I like that list, man. That list,
nice.
That list was actually a lot, like really good, man. I'm surprised.
Listen, I told you back when I was young, I was really, 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 really like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, early PlayStation, N64, even original NES. Shit, like I was a hardcore, but then my parents told me to touch grass. So like things kind of changed in life that kind of like, but I still kind of held on to my roots in a way. This is like my original thing before I kind of did, other things in life.
Word.
Okay. All right. So I guess it's my turn, man. Damn. It's crazy, man. My list is kind of wild, man. I wanted to give y'all like my whole top 5, but I didn't want to do that to everybody because I didn't want the conversation to go too long. So I was like, let's just pick 3 of any place in the top. So I'm gonna give y'all obviously my number 1 of all time, but then I'm gonna give you 2 other games. So I'm gonna give you the game that I know everybody here knows that I love to death. Metal Gear Solid 3. Love that game.
Oh God, yes. Honestly, I was gonna throw like honorable mention to like some game in the Metal Gear Solid series. I want to thank you for putting me onto that shit because it is a mess. Kojima did that. All right, Kojima did that series, dog.
Yeah, man, and it's just the third game was just. It was one of the first games I owned with my PS2. I had that in Ultimate Alliance, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and I played the fuck out of Metal Gear Solid 3, man. I love that game, and I beat it on like damn near every difficulty. I've beaten that game so many times that it's just, like when I streamed it a couple months back, I literally could have played that shit with my hand behind my back. Like I had people who were kind of veterans like me watching the stream, and they're like, yo, like, how the fuck are you doing this? I'm like, bro, like I've done this shit 1,000 times. Like I know this shit like the back of my hand, man. So it's just one of those games like I really, 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 really enjoy, man. It's like I don't think there's storytelling or anything like that in gaming anymore. Like it's just amazing storytelling, a great gameplay, great stealth, just amazing story, just from beginning to end.
Greatest theme song in gaming history, to be honest. If I'm going to be completely honest, that theme song go crazy. It didn't need to go that hard.
Yeah, man. Like it's just that game is amazing, man. My number 2 was gonna actually be a specific Pokemon game in Gen 2, but I was gonna say Crystal. Pokemon Crystal is my favorite because it was the first game that lets you play as a girl.
Yeah.
It's the first game that lets you play as a girl. Yep. And I remember playing as a girl in that joint. I picked the girl, and the girl's name is obviously my name. My name's Derek, so the girl's name is Derek. So when I used to hit the block and play that shit with my friends and shit, because I had the link cable and shit, they'd be like, yo, who this girl Derek? Like, what the fuck? Like, but it's just everything that, you know, Bird said is exactly how I feel about that game. Like, it's just like the fact that you can beat the Johto League and then go to Kanto. It was the only Pokemon game to have like a direct sequel, basically.
Pretty much, yeah.
It was the only one to have a direct sequel, and the shit was dark.
Black and White had a direct sequel too, but like this one was way better in terms of like how they handled it.
Like you fight Team Rocket and shit, and it's just like now they on some other shit. You know what I mean? Giovanni's still like the leader, but he's like in hiding and shit. Like it, like story wise, like nothing will ever beat that Pokemon wise. Like to me, like I don't care what they do. Like that game had a phenomenal story, and for you to just be like, all right, you beat this gym league, go back and go beat the other gym league, and when you do that, it's just like, yo, go beat basically you in the first game. You know what I mean? It was just like, that's crazy. Like that was some of the best Pokemon has ever been. Like, you know, I clown Pokemon a lot these days, even though I've been back on my Scarlet tip playing that shit. But it's like, you know, that was like peak Pokemon for me, like real shit. Like Game Boy Advance Pokemon was good, but dog, nothing is ever gonna beat anything from Gen 2, in my opinion, Pokemon wise. They cooked with that game. They cooked on a different level with that game. That just it's like, how do you do what you did in the first game and do it again, but do it again and make it feel new again? You know what I mean? And it's just like, that's been my problem with the Pokemon games. It's like they've gotten so used to doing it again, but how can we do it again but make it better this time, and to the point where it just got like just messy and just too much. Like, I mean, like I think these newer Pokemon games, there's just way too much emphasis on the power of friendship and story and shit. I mean, where it's like, dog, like I'm trying to tell you, silver, gold, crystal, that shit was dark, dog. We're talking about a 10-year-old kid going up against the Yakuza, dog. Like this shit was dark, dog. Like this shit was dark. Not you going up against fucking Team Star and Team
Loud
Aqua and all these.
Oh fuck, I forgot about Team Loud. That shit was so. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
it was
just a fan club too. It wasn't even like a like. At least Skull was like dudes that were like just like trying to like fuck with you. Like Team Loud was just like, bro, we like this one underage child, and that's kind of weird.
That's crazy.
Not gonna lie.
That's crazy. I mean,
man.
It reminds me of an article we should talk about later on in the podcast.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, I think we should talk about that later, man.
I hope it's a respectful article.
Yeah, something like that. But I'm gonna go with Pokemon Crystal, and then you know what my last is, man. Y'all know what our last is, man. It's fucking honorable mention to Modern Warfare 2, man. I had to throw a shooter in there, but I mean it is in my top 5. But the original Modern Warfare 2 is just that was the game that made me like. Let's call it the Dark Souls of first-person shooters, man. Like I was ass at that game, but there was something about it that made me just be like, yo, I want to be good at this shit. I want to be good at this game, and I really like that game. But y'all know what my number one pick is, man. It's fucking Skyrim, dog. Like there hasn't been a game yet that has been able to make me feel what Skyrim does again. Except for maybe Dragon's Dogma 2, but it's not close, but it's like it's almost the same vein, like it's almost like the same thing, but like Skyrim is just amazing, dog. It's a game where you get lost in. One of the best OSTs of all time. I'm always playing it during stream and shit. It's just a great game, dog, and I can't wait to play it in VR tonight, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to be in my living room. Just
you should get that mod that lets chat talk to you through a random NPC too.
I don't know if I want to do that. That's kind of scary. That's kind of scary, but I cannot wait to Skyrim is it's just every time I pick that game up and play it again, it's just a different experience every time. And I may play the same way every time. That's the craziest thing. I might just be I'll be a spell sword again. I'm gonna be an archer again.
Oh,
but it's gonna be a different
like stealth archer, like every time.
I do a lot. I do find myself like just being like, fuck it, we going that way. I might do that with the VR because that might be kind of fun to do. But I find myself playing spell sword a lot just because the versatility with it. Like sometimes I'll make a restoration build, so I'll go like full like cleric with it, or I'll do like what I've been doing for the past 7 years is playing the same conjuration class and just breaking the game with how many Daedra can I summon and how many rainstorms can I kill people with. Like it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. That's what I love about that game is just the like you literally go from somebody who just got out of jail to like a literal god. If you really play that long, you can just be a person that just everybody in the world fears and just do whatever the fuck you want. And it gets kind of crazy, man. Game gets kind of crazy. I love that game. I recommend that game to everybody I know. I mean, please play Skyrim. Please play it. I mean, and it's always helped me out of a dark spot in my life. Always. Every time I go through something, I find myself back in Skyrim, and it just, it just gets me back in line with myself. So, big ups to that game, man. Big ups to that game. But yeah, that's just a little bit about us gamer wise. But now we got something else for y'all. We got a little hat trick for y'all. We want to perform for y'all motherfuckers. I asked everybody here to come up with some hot takes that we could talk about in video games. You know what I mean? And we're gonna judge the spicy level of all of these hot takes. If it's cold, it's a 1. If it's hot, it's a 10. I mean, if it's super hot fire, it's a 10. Yeah, I mean, and then we're going to just kind of have a little discourse and a little argument about it. I mean, because that's what we want to do. We want to argue because I think a good hot take, you should be able to. Somebody should be trying to come at you like with a sword or a knife, trying to end your life by saying that type of shit. So I'm gonna pass it to my boy Eknight real quick.
Shit, why am I always on the spot, dog? What the fuck?
All right, then we'll start real hot then, fuckers. I know he been waiting all week for this. Warren, go ahead, give us your first one, man.
Okay, because I wanted to pull up to this thing for like months now, like to your front doorstep with this one at least. All right, and mark my word, rest in peace to Nafis, my guy. All right, and because I know he would disagree with this as well, but like, yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is overrated as fuck, dog.
I knew this was the one. I knew
Yeah.
this was the one. I
Dog.
knew this was the one.
I can't talk on this, so go ahead, Derek.
I knew
Dog.
this was the one. Shut your fucking mouth, dog.
Listen, dog. Everybody's been glazing this fucking game just because.
Look at the grass.
Look at the grass. Look at the graphics. Look at the rose petals and everything.
Nice
The setting
boulder.
when you're riding through the goddamn meadows and shit. You can pet a fucking fox and shit in this
man.
fucking
That's
game.
pretty lit. I forgot you could do that. That is pretty
Dog.
lit.
10
Dog,
out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Can't do that in Skyrim.
listen. What do you do in every
kill
fucking
you.
mission? From the main missions to the side missions. What we gonna do here is we gonna kill some fucking Mongols. We're just gonna go over here, kill some Mongols. We're gonna do some fake ass fucking investigatory shit, but where it's gonna lead us to is to kill some more fucking Mongols. Like the combat and everything was fine at first, but then when you see that the missions have just gotten so fucking redundant and repetitive, it's like they're forcing, like the game is long by just them making you do the same shit over and over again. There's no variety to it. So I haven't even finished it because I just got so fucking bored. I was like, I'm doing the same things over and over and over again. How the hell did it get so wide-ranging critical acclaim? Oh, because it's fucking beautiful? It's like the landscape is great. Graphic-wise, it's a 10 out of 10. But gameplay-wise, it is not all that it's cracked up to be. I just think it's one of those things that people just wanted to be hipster about because they got so fucking pissed off at Last of Us 2 or something, so they got to find something else to be counterculture about it and shit.
Nah.
Fuck all that shit. This game is not as good as they say it is, okay? It's not. It was not warranting a game of the year or anything that it possibly could have potentially gotten. It was not that good.
Go off, bro.
If you're gonna give me that game that's so fucking long, please add some variety in the mission stuff instead of kill Mongols every fucking mission that we're doing.
Crazy.
You get tired of combat after a while, okay?
So I still never played it. So it's a beat 'em up. That's what Warren making it sound like.
It might as well be.
It was like a Souls-ish type game, but like
its combat mechanics is modeled after Sekiro. I will say that, but it's easier. It's like an easier version of that.
It's one of those games that even I had to beat it, and then on my second playthrough, I literally put it on hard because once you master it, it literally becomes like, and I think that's the point of it, right? Is it literally becomes like a samurai movie. Yeah, I mean, like you literally just find yourself just like you're just standing there waiting for the enemy attack to just parry so you can slice them in half and then wait for the next guy to charge at you, and you might kick him in his face, hit him with a coup. Now you might do like some cool shit. It's one of those games that makes you feel really good when you master the combat. Like you see how like the Elden Ring montages and shit where the guy he parries like the boss and he might stab the guy,
he does like a
he'll
specific
flip in
move.
the air.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those games that you master the combat, you feel so good about like your skill that it's just like you won't even use the stealth anymore. You'll walk right into an enemy camp and let them spot you and just literally mow them all down. And
it's Sekiro for niggas who are trash at Sekiro.
But this is what I tell people, and this is why I've been waiting for this conversation, my nigga. That's why I've been waiting. Now you at my doorstep with it, man.
What's up with it?
The thing with that game is and I got to tell a lot of people about games. Gaming to me and to a lot of people is like an art form. If we were to look at that game subjectively as art, as literally what it is, art, that game is phenomenal at what it does. Like I said, like it's meant to make you feel like you're in like an old 80s, 70s Japanese movie. I mean, or like samurai movie and stuff like that. And it's just like there's certain things you can even do. You can turn like the film grain on and like all that shit to really embrace that feel if you want. You could turn the Japanese voices on, all that shit. Like
Derek, you're proving my point in this. It's visual art. You're looking at it from like a visual standpoint, and I will agree.
But you're saying if you're saying the combat is just trivial, like I get that. Like
you don't even need to change stances to kind of like, even though they encourage you to, you really don't need to.
You don't really need to. No, you really don't need to. But again, it's one of those games where it's just like it just feels really good, and it feels like Sucker Punch took a lot of time to kind of craft the world and the ambiance and everything else, that it's like it's almost one of those games where the whole combat flow thing is like a secondary thought. You know what I mean? Sometimes, like, I will agree with you, the combat with the camera always used to piss me off. Like, you have to literally fight the camera because the camera doesn't pan around you, kind of like how Assassin's Creed games do, where it finds a comfortable spot where you can kind of see everything and flip around and do your thing. But I've always liked that game for it allows you to kind of just play the way you want to play. You know what I mean? Like in the beginning, you're like a person that, you know, is sworn to the samurai code. And when you start to do darker things and act outside of the samurai code, you start to struggle with yourself. You know what I mean? And that was even like a gameplay loop at one point where it's just like you kind of struggle with being the ghost or being a samurai. Like, and it was just a good fucking story, man. Like you can say the combat is weak, but like the one thing about it is the story was really, really good for that game, dog.
But even with what you just mentioned, with the whole like you're going against the samurai code and like, you know, operating in stealth, there was no general consequences to that. They could have done more with that, to be quite honest, to actually give more consideration in like choosing the method in which you decide to kind of go about these sorts of matters, but they didn't. It was very, very much repetitive. It is a visual art piece, and I will give it the credit where its credit's due. It's any sort of game visually does not match what Ghost of Tsushima has given us in the past decade, and probably forecasting in the future. Nothing else will.
And I've been saying this. It's the best. I even said this on the last podcast when we talked about it coming to PC, and I was trying to get Eknight here to play.
They want an account. I'm good.
It is one of the best exclusive PlayStation games of the PS4 era, hands down.
It's one of the best looking.
No,
Honestly, Sekiro did it better. And it's derivative of that. Okay, as a gamer, I want a gaming experience, not a visual experience. I could go to a fucking museum if I wanted to see a visual experience.
That's the beautiful thing about gaming. That's you can get that from so many different sources. I think like Ghost of Tsushima as like a just a standalone game is just it's perfect, dog. It's way better than Last of Us 2.
You can't say it's perfect when we've already agreed that there's like parts of it that it's like
the combat could be the combat's not the main focus though. It's not like the mechanics aren't hardcore. I think what you want is hardcore mechanics within the combat.
Not just that.
You want something to feel better than just you fight a guy with a shield, a guy with a fucking spear, a big fat dude, a dude with a bunch of armor on. You want more variety, and I understand that. But I think as far as the combat goes, it's not shit. It's just not as deep as you want it to be. Bad take. that joint cold as hell, man. That joint
How
cold
is
as hell.
how is it cold when it's like
I
comparative
give it
to
a
what
3. I give it a 3 out of 10, man. You tried it.
compared to what
You tried it.
compared to like the narrative that's surrounding about this game? It's a very unpopular opinion.
Oh man, that game is amazing, dog. That game is amazing. And it did get snuffed because Last of Us 2 is universally acclaimed as ass, dog. It's ass.
I wouldn't even say universally acclaimed as ass when it's gotten positive reviews for sure.
Dog. That game is ass. And
y'all
dog,
niggas who claim it's ass have daddy issues, okay? Y'all just because Joel died almost.
Ass, bro.
Y'all niggas have daddy issues.
Game's ass. Bro, I said it back in 2020. I'll say it.
I know, and you got daddy issues. Is all I'm saying, okay? Joel not your daddy.
That game's ass, cuz that
Joel is not your daddy.
Bro, it has nothing to do about that. Dog, you could just tell like the writing from Last of Us 1 to Last of Us 2 just wasn't that strong, bro. It wasn't that strong. Like, and you gotta understand coming into it, right? They already had hard shoes to fill, dog. Like the first game was just one of the greatest games of all time. Like we can just say that right now. Last of Us 1 is just amazing. The ending is phenomenal. So for you to go into the second game and just kind of do things anticlimatically and just the thing the first game did very well, and I think has been I forget his name. It's like Neil something, the main writer for the game.
Neil Druckmann.
Yeah, his goal with the first game is to make you feel without basically pointing it out at you. Like, here's where you're supposed to cry. Here's where you're supposed to. It's like everything that happens, it hits, and it hits the way it's supposed to hit. That's great writing, bro. When Joel died, all right, that wasn't even the worst written part, but you could tell it was the force and it was literally to force an emotion. That's all it was. It did nothing to the fucking story in the grand scheme of things, dog.
It seemed like a natural. It seemed like a natural conclusion to what he was doing in the first game.
No, nigga, no, because they didn't have to do that. They didn't have, bro. All right, yo, nigga, they literally. The story of Last of Us 2, for nobody's ever played it and listened to this podcast. The story of The Last of Us 2 is literally revenge is bad. Killing is bad. Please don't kill people because they might come and kill you too.
That's oversimplification, but all right.
Bro, what?
Oversimplification, but all right.
Bro, dog, they killed my man Joel for like literally no reason but to make you be like, oh my God, Joel is dead. And when he died, literally my face was like, bro, that's it. Like that's how they killed that nigga. I was like, all right, cool. We keep going with the story because I really it did put that thing in my chest to make me be like, damn, I gotta go kill this nigga that killed my mans, right? But as you go on with the story, you get to realize like who wrote this fucking shit, man? Like the best part of the game, arguably, and I tell everybody this, the best set piece in the game is with the black girl. You remember the black girl when you're chasing her and she jumps into where the spores is, and then she's like basically thinking that like you're not gonna chase after her, but Ellie's immune to the spores. So she's like dying from the shit. And then for the first time after you killed about, at this point in the game, you killed about 200 people. You've killed about 200 people, but because it's a cutscene, right? You beat this girl with a fucking pipe, and Ellie just can't live with herself, bro. She needs some fresh coochie to lay in, bro. After I just killed 200 people with beer bottles, I done smashed the nigga in the head with a brick. Come on, bro. That's good writing to me. Let's keep going. Right? Let's keep going. Let's talk about the forced sex scene, all right? Just for no reason. Let's talk about the forced sex scene for no reason, right?
The sex scene, I can agree with you on that. That did not need to be there. That was...
Bro, I could keep going. I could go all day. Nigga, I beat that game one time. I could go all day. I go all fucking day. I don't want to spoil the ending. I mean, it's 2024 at this point, man. If you ain't played this shit,
bro,
what the fuck have you been doing?
That shit leaked before it was out, too.
Well, listen, man, you don't even kill the bitch at the end of the game. You let the bitch go. For what? For what? I just spent 25 hours of gameplay to say, nah, I'm good. bro, that game stands on its combat. That game's combat is amazing. Dog, I tell myself all the time I want to replay it just because of the combat. The combat was so good. So good. Like the way you like moved around and like you would dodge a motherfucker, slap him with a plank of wood and then shoot him in his fucking head. Like the combat was amazing. But that story, bro, is fucking utter dog shit, man. Dog shit. Dog shit. That game is a 7 out of 10 and it stands on its fucking gameplay. Nothing else. That game is nowhere near 10 out of 10. 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. That game's story was just ass, bro. I played 25 hours to go home, nigga.
And find out that
to choke the bitch. This is what happens, right? I choke the bitch out. I lose 2 fucking fingers, right? I lose my bitch, all right? Because my bitch just up and left me because
and your baby too.
And your baby too. Game's ass, bro. Game's ass. And then she goes home to try to play guitar and she can't because she's missing 2 fingers. Please cry, please cry. This is really sad. You're supposed to feel something. Don't you feel that she can't play the guitar because bro, I was mad, bro. Fuck that game. Fuck that game. Fuck that game, bro. Fuck that game. I hope they don't make any more Last of Us games, dog.
Oh, they gonna come with more. They definitely gonna come with more.
Fuck that game, cuz.
And I ain't mad at it either.
Fuck that game, cuz.
That wasn't even my love for that game isn't even my hot take though. My second hot take, at least. You just kind of went on a tangent.
We're gonna spin the block back on E-Night, man, because I'm mad at you right now. E-Night, give us a fucking hot take, man.
Oh man, all right. Well, it's gonna be hard to top Ghost of Tsushima, you know. Oh fuck. I feel like I don't know if it's a hot take. It's more of a conspiracy theory, but it's like monetized progression systems low-key have been training you to how to think you should play and enjoy games.
Hey, hold up, you might be cooking with this one. Hold up. Hold up. So do you understand what y'all said? What he said? Break it down for the listener. You know
bro, I heard Holiday Hoobie Woody. Like, that's what I heard.
all right. It's like this. You buy a game nowadays, right? Multiplayer game, right? Any type. You got your battle pass. Yeah. And it's got a progression system to progress through the battle pass. You already paid $10 for a battle pass or however much. And then you got the premiums, and then you swipe your credit card to skip shit, right? Yep. It's so fucking normalized now.
Yeah.
That fucking Diablo 4 got like 3 battle passes in one every season.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like low key, they're training you to pay money and enjoy the progression. Oh man, you know, season 1 was better than season 2 because that battle pass had X, Y, and Z and this content. And it's like you're chasing that dopamine shit because every time you unlock the shit to get closer to the actual shit you want in the battle pass, most of the time, to be honest, is just trash in there. Like you're not gonna wear all these gun skins, you're not gonna wear all these character skins. You really only want like a few items. But $10 is a deal. But $10 multiplied by 1 billion people is a lot of money. So like, so low key, I feel like people are like, "Oh, the progression system in game is trash," or "There's no progression system," or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, why do you need a progression system? Like, you know, it's nice to work towards something, right? And when games like a Skyrim, you got a level up system.
Yeah, true.
But it's like, why do I need artificial progression system locked behind a paywall?
Because I agree with you. I think this is a super hot take. It's not that hot, but it's a hot take. It's a really good take because it's actually I had something kind of on the same lines, which just bang out here. It's basically saying that, you know, we've changed as gamers. We've all changed as gamers. Yeah, I mean, like exactly what you said. I agree with you 1000%. I think we're all part of that problem, though. I think each and every one of us is
No,
part of that problem.
That's facts.
All of us.
I'm not
I
gonna
think
disagree
all
with
of
that.
us feed into the new engine that is gaming. Because see, back in the day, you know, people's biggest problem with Halo Infinite wouldn't have been a problem 10, 15 years ago. That was just literally the game. Halo Reach, right? I remember that game's progression was fucking slow as fuck. And nobody cared. Nobody at the end of the day really gave a fuck, you know?
Bro, it was mind-boggling to me because, like, as a Halo fan, I enjoy the gameplay over everything else, right?
Yeah.
They added a casual level up system to Infinite because people are like, career stats are one thing, right? You just want to know what you did in the game, whatever. That's fine. But having a regular ass rank that constantly levels up until you hit the max rank, I'm like, okay, Reach did it in the right way where they put armor behind that shit.
Yeah, it's true.
There's no Infinite's literally the only thing you can unlock at the max rank is the Master Chief skin from the campaign. That's it.
Yeah. I just think we've all changed as gamers. And I think that just comes from one of my other hot takes that we'll talk about later on. But I do agree. I think that it's more than just scientifical things. Like people think it's all dopamine and all that shit. Because like all these games have it. Madden's got the fucking battle pass now. All these games have this battle pass shit.
Battle pass and loot boxes for your favorite players and shit.
Yeah,
what was it?
and
FIFA
Ultimate
Team. Yeah, that shit.
Yeah,
that's
on
2K
everything.
on
That's on
that shit.
everything. EA has that like shit everywhere.
No, but other games are starting to do it too. So it's like it's becoming more normalized, and that's.
But I think it's because, and that's the thing. Like as gamers, we always want to point the finger at other people. Like like the problem with Call of Duty, right? And this was a hot take within itself, kind of, I guess you can say. But it's like people always have a problem with Call of Duty, right? They always have a problem with why does it come out every year? Why does it come out? But every year it outsells the last one. Every year it outsells the last one. So in hindsight, you guys must not hate it as much as you say you do.
So that also,
I think hold up. I think a lot of it has to do with like FOMO and fear, like just the people you surround yourself with. Right?
It's funny you should say the buy it every year and y'all must not care shit, because that's my other hot take. Is like, if you want me to just jump right into it, it's kind of related to that.
Go ahead.
Casual gamers don't care about the games that we care about, right? Like, and they shouldn't have to. So like a casual gamer to me, right? It's not me, it's not you. We would be considered like somewhere in like the middle range, right?
Yeah.
Like casual gamer is like fucking Warren.
Yeah.
Me at this point.
That dude gets pussy.
Gang.
What?
Thank you for complimenting that.
I'm just saying, like, most casual gamers, people that actually buy Call of Duty every year, they don't listen to YouTube videos. They don't give a fuck about that shit. They buy it, they play it, they put it down after like a day or two. They come back, play with the boys, whatever. They're busy living life. This shit don't matter to them.
Facts.
So
talk to them.
When people get mad, it's really just a smaller percentage of the actual gaming community, because the majority casual gamers out living life. They have families, all that shit.
You know what's crazy? You just activated my trap card.
Oh,
that was my take, man, is that y'all really don't be playing no fucking games, dog. But y'all got a lot to say about what goes on with these games.
But the people that are saying shit aren't the ones saying shit. That's what I'm telling you. They don't even get involved in the conversation. They go,
I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Because
listen, we arguing with children most of the damn time.
Hold up, but this is why I say this. This is why I say this, because there's too large of a motherfucking community of people that believe that Spider-Man 2 was better than fucking Baldur's Gate 3.
And they all on PlayStation.
3. You know what I mean? And that, but that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro, is that I think it with a lot of these things, it really do be the casual gamer, dog. It really do be. It don't be us, bro. It don't.
Really do
I'm
be.
good. Listen, I'm gonna play. They not like us, man. They not like us, man.
It's fine if they not like us. I'm fine with that. I will sit in my corner.
I'm gonna buy Call of Duty every year and complain about it. But guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play that motherfucker.
Okay, but you have a right to because you're buying it. You're playing.
You know what I mean?
You have a right to critique it. That's fine. I'm saying, motherfucker that just goes into Walmart and buys Call of Duty, he's like, I got an Xbox that I occasionally play. That dude's not sitting here watching our gaming podcast. That dude's not sitting here watching Asmongold go off on his Twitch streams. He's not sitting here watching fucking Pokemon or whatever the fuck, right? That dude has a successful career, usually, probably a family to attend to, or he just doesn't see gaming as more of like a small hobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the majority of the gaming community. Not a minor amount, a majority. Those are the people that buy shit and just go, they might write a review occasionally. They might go, why is it? They'll look up a guide on how to do shit. But most of the time, I don't think it's always like the people that are like, always, I'm part of this community. I'm part of this. No, they don't see themselves as that. They see it as the person that's just like, oh, I like this game.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, you might cook with this, but I do still think it's like 50-50, man. I do.
Shout out to the disposable.
I'm saying it's more like 70-30.
70 being the
casual. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
30%.
I'll agree with that too as well, for sure.
Because like I said, with the Spider-Man the game of the year thing, like that was crazy to me. Like that just let me know like y'all play 0 games. Y'all played no fucking games. Last year was one of the best years for fucking gaming. Spider-Man 2 is not even fucking top 10 best games of last year.
I've seen gameplay for that shit. I feel like the Spider-Man before that was probably better than that one. But
like, listen, I won't lie. I gave it a 10 out of 10. I thought the game was really good because it implemented everything from the first game and the second game, and it kind of evolved on it. But at the end of the day, it's still the same game.
Yeah.
But you got to think, last year was the year of 10 out of 10s. Like everything was just fucking good last year.
Yeah, we had a lot of good shit.
Like to say that is the best game of last year, to say that game is better than fucking Resident Evil 4 remake, you're out of your goddamn mind, nigga. You're out of your fucking mind.
Derek, think about it in terms of like call back to like our music situation. How many people actually listen to albums in the manner in which we and you do?
Oh,
actually,
I'm a perfect fucking example for this. I do not listen to music like that. I do not have like a crazy amount of like favorite artists that I die for. Like I'm not going to like, I'm like, I need to see the next Foo Fighters concert or else I'll literally fucking like, I'm just a casual enjoyer of music. Like I'll be like, yo, that track that you showed me, that was pretty cool. But I will listen nothing else from that artist. It's just that one song.
And that is the majority of like the music consumption is people who just kind of like casually find songs that they tend to gravitate to that are fairly popular but aren't critically evaluating and live and breathe this particular thing.
Yeah, man, it's just that's the problem with all of these with Twitter and all this shit now. It is given the normies and all this other shit like that's why I kind of hate.
That's like, another fucking reason. You and me call them normies. They don't see themselves as normies. That's the 30% talk.
It's sounding real gatekeepy right there, my nigga.
No, the normies. But that's the thing that I kind of hate and I love about gaming. Like while gaming has become more accessible and it's become more open and it's becoming this thing to where it's like you don't even have to have a game system anymore.
I'm playing a mobile game right now.
Yeah, like you don't even have to like, buy a console or do all of this shit to be involved, to be included as a gamer, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
I still don't consider mobile gaming as gaming, by the way. I'm sorry. I just don't.
I love it and I hate it because like look at like the Fallout show, right?
I love that shit.
Like the Fallout show is really good. I liked it. I honestly finished it and it was great. I give it like a 9 out of 10. It was really good. Really good.
Mhm.
But look at what that game did. It got all these people.
That game?
It got all these people, the show.
Oh,
It got all these people to fucking go back and play Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, 76. All
so you
these
got me to
games.
check out 76 again. That is facts, but
But
shit
I'm
has
talking
not
about
changed.
like these people who've never even heard of this shit.
Yeah.
And now it's just like you just dick ride, man. Like get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, but you mad at people who are like, oh, this look cool. Oh, there's a game. I happen to have an Xbox, PlayStation,
Nah, man, fuck out of
PC.
here.
I'll
That's
check
hype,
it
though,
out.
y'all.
I've
That's
never
hype.
been interested, but the TV show got me interested. So like, that's
how
the
it is.
casual gamer. That
You
is
a
how they do shit.
ass nigga, what you saying, dog?
They are
It's like
shit, man.
they
Getting
are
back
the
on-
lifeblood of the industry because the industry relies on their ignorance of what goes on behind the scenes for them to
Facts.
spend money. And I will not sit here and be like, yo, like the rare W's we get, like the shit with the Sony Helldivers shit, rare fucking W. The rarest shit. We don't usually get W's over the corporations. It's usually
They all have this
backlash,
power.
and they keep doing it. Or they'll do it again in the next game. And then we'll bitch again. And they'll be, oh, all right, my bad. Anyway, Call of Duty 6. And then you get hype, and it's a repeating cycle.
Hey, that's how it is, man. Like hitting back on music. That's how I felt like when it's certain artists, you know what I'm saying, that nobody heard of. Like, for instance, Tyler. For those who don't know, the girl who sang the song "Water." I was following her. I was following her when she only had like 5,000 to 10,000 fans. Now she has millions and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it goes, and you just got to be like, yo, I'm happy for, in this instance, I'm happy for my game franchise and stuff like that. And I hear what y'all saying, because this was going to be my take too. Niggas really don't be playing games like that.
Yeah.
I feel like I love playing games, and like I said, I do. Like when I'm not doing nothing, I'll fuck around. I'll play Master Duel, or I'll go ahead and, like I said, I'll play Madden, or something like I'm doing something, but I'm really not gaming. I'm doing the same shit over and over. Like I don't really, unless you're like elite or something like that. I don't and like playing with your niggas or something. I really don't consider like playing the same thing over and over, like a simulation type gaming. That to me, that's where like
like a
more
farming simulator.
No,
what you mean?
no,
Elaborate.
no, not like that, bro. That's
You took that shit personally. Like,
I need to know what he means by simulation. Like, are we talking about Arma 3, or are we talking about Power Washer Simulator?
No, I'm
I think he's talking about like FIFA or like 2K or something like that.
Oh,
games like not even just sports games, just games like where you're just going through the motions. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no real stakes, or you not like the reason I brought up Digimon Survive first. That was the first game that like I sat there and I'm just like, yo, I'm doing this shit.
You know what I'm saying? You're locked in, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I feel you. And Sean, like when you was bringing up like all of the battle passes and stuff like that, yeah, that changed the flavor of like how people felt. Like for me, when I would play NBA 2K, to me, the last good NBA 2K was NBA 2K16. After that, yeah, that's when all of the ultimate team type stuff in 2K, they call it something different. That's when that stuff popped up, and I'm like, yo, y'all just coming after my money, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even, and of course the gaming industry is gonna grow, and of course that like game systems gonna be a little more expensive, whatever. So the price is gonna go up, but it kind of like pushes you away when you see like that's just it. And I miss like the grind of certain games. Like I feel like kind of desensitized now. Like I go and I try to play my PS2 and play the games, you grind in to get shit, to unlock shit. Now I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do this shit let me buy, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm instantly looking for cheat codes and stuff like that. And it's like, it shouldn't be like that. I should be able to
not
sit.
be like that. You're right.
Exactly.
You should achieve success through gameplay. You were absolutely right.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, Sean. Like it makes me feel like what's wrong with myself. You know what
Hold
I'm
up.
saying?
Well, let
Like,
me answer the question for you. I'm gonna answer the question for him. Hold up. I'm gonna give you the answer.
yep.
So I just read something the other day that the age of the average gamer right now is like 35 years old. I mean, which is basically us, man.
Yeah.
So
Not yet.
they know it's basically us, nigga. Yeah, I mean, it's basically us, man. What fucking Eknight gonna be 31 at the end of this month, and you gonna be 31.
Nah, what you mean? I'm 29.
Nah, man. Y'all motherfuckers old, man. Y'all niggas is old. We almost there, bro.
Exactly. We about to be middle
we
age.
at that average. You know what I mean? So they already know that a person of our age, in our age group, we have a job. Some of us have kids. We have a girlfriend, maybe. We have a lot of things going on. So they've you got to understand that a lot of these companies, they've got rid of Q&A to basically just run studies on people because that's what we do. You know, Q&A used to test games back in the day. Now they just do literal tests on people. Like they do surveys, they do all types of things to see, you know, what their player base is doing and what they're adapting to. You know what I mean? Because the main thing with a lot of these games nowadays is it's all retention based. Everything's retention based. Everything. Every fucking thing you do is to get you to log on just that one time a week or that 2 times a week to get you on the game. And if that means that, you're going to get on the game and you tired because you just worked, 2 jobs or you just worked 10 hours and, you just made dinner and stuff and you don't really feel like grinding out this battle pass, you can buy some battle pass skips if you want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do this if you want. You can buy some packs for your ultimate team if you want. They know that the average player doesn't have the time to invest like we used to. We're kids, bro. Like
all the time in the world.
Shit.
That's what I say all the time. I don't have
no life shit.
time to play a lot of games. That's why I got into streaming, because it's like an excuse to clear my backlog. Like,
facts.
Makes sense.
Nah, but it's just you absolutely right about that, Bird. Like that's really what it is. But the unfortunate thing about that is, like I always say, I've been saying this for podcasts now. We're all the problem. We're all the problem. Nobody is to be excused from this shit. The only way you'll be excused for the state of modern gaming is if you don't play anything. Real shit. I don't want to hear it. All I play is Souls games, or I play mobile games. You're part of the problem, bro. It doesn't matter what you do. You're part of the problem.
But no, elaborate a little bit about like the part of the problem shit. Because like, if it's like, oh, you only play Souls games. How many Souls games have Elden coins, right?
Bro, the only games I excuse are games that came out like on the GameCube era, Wii era, all that shit. 360. Okay. If you play anything on a modern system today, dog, like you're part of the problem. Because there's something that you play. I know there's something that you play that you spend some money on. And it probably has an online mode. And even if you're not spending no money on that, it's got to be online only. And they're tracking your retention, my nigga. And when they track your retention, nigga, you're part of the problem.
Bro. Oh, so that's what it
part
is.
Of the problem.
It's not about spending money. It's about the retention.
Exactly, bro. Like that's what I be trying. That's when when people don't get it when I say that shit. They be thinking like, oh, I don't spend money. I don't do this.
We gotta leave with the retention thing, man.
But the thing is, you still play the game. That
time is currency. You got to establish that.
Exactly. You're right about that. But yeah, Bird, that's why games are the way that they are nowadays. That's why everything's slowed down. I mean, that's why you back in the day you used to get Super Smash Brothers and unlock all the characters. Now it's like you got to wait till the yearly pass comes out to get all of the characters, or you got to do this, or you got to do. It's just. That's the way games is. That's why, and I'm probably gonna get flamed on by people that listen to this podcast, and maybe you, Bird. That's why I'm really not that excited for Sparking Zero, bro. I'm excited. I'm excited, but I'm not that excited because it's Bandai, bro, and they do dumb shit. And I know with all of this hype, I could tell from those 3 editions they got of that game, nigga. they gonna do some bullshit, dog. They gonna do some bullshit. They're gonna do some. Dog, they got 3 dishes. They got a $70 version, $100 version, and I think $120 version of
You
their
said
game.
800?
No, an $80 version. It's like I gotta look it up. I can look it up right now. Hold up. They got all these different versions of the game, and when games tend to do that, man, like I kind of just already be like, all right, here comes the bullshit, man.
I know exactly what you're saying, bro. Like part of one of my hot takes was gonna be like, yo, some of these companies are like really destroying some of the games, like Mortal Kombat 1.
That's not even a hot take, man.
That's a normal ass take.
Yeah, I know.
I was
know it's not a hot take.
That's like the name of every YouTube video out there about gaming. It's like 343 destroying Halo, Treyarch destroying Call of Duty.
Doug, it really, if you're gonna summarize these last couple takes, it seems as though that y'all really got a problem with capitalism.
I mean, but that's the unfortunate thing about everything that we love in life.
It's become corrupted by capitalism at this point.
You have no choice to take part in capitalism these days. You have no choice.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what I'll be wanting people to understand. You have no choice. People swear that like the only way you have a choice of not being part of capitalism is if you live off the grid somewhere and you grow everything and you fish for everything. I mean, if you go to the supermarket and buy groceries like all of us do, welcome to capitalism, my nigga. You're part of the problem just like we are, man.
Bro, I remember working in Save a Lot and I saw that the crackers got smaller. I'm like, God damn, they the same price.
Like, shitflation is crazy, bro.
It was wild, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Bro drew the
fucking
line
Lay's chips. Airflation in that
crackers,
bitch.
Bro, like they were smaller. I'm like, what the
Birdman
fuck? Like,
stay gonna be the spokesperson of the struggle, dog.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying,
mayor of Struggle Town right now, Doug. Talk to these niggas. I let them know.
That was a reality check, bro. I'm 19 and I'm looking like fuck. Like these ain't the same crackers, bro. I was eating them crackers yesterday. You mean to tell me I can't eat the same crackers? Like it fucked me up, man. But that's how I feel about my games, man. You mean to tell me I can't grind the way I used to grind? Like I can't get my Nipsey Hustle on? Like it's crazy.
Hey,
man. No, you can't, bro. It's just it's the unfortunate thing about gaming, dog. As much as we love it, we all take a part in it's the bad things that happen within it. I ain't gonna say it's destruction because it's gaming is one of the biggest forms of entertainment in the world. It makes the most, it makes more money than Hollywood, man. Like nothing will ever beat this shit. I think in life.
But there is a diminishment of the art because of this. Like we can acknowledge that, like the industry itself will always remain profitable, and you can say the same thing about music. But the quality itself, and any industry that has been corrupted by capitalism, the purity and the greatness of it becomes strongly diluted when it becomes very profit emphasized.
Yeah, I mean, but like I said, I just really think, I think unfortunately, like. There's diamonds in the rough, dog. There's diamonds in the rough. Like people, I seen something the other day that said in the past 14 years, or I think it was like the past 10 years. So that would be 2014. There hasn't been like a game that's been like, wow, like this is one of the greatest games of like all time. Like all the greatest games of all time were in the 90s, early 2000s. And I strongly disagree with that. I hate when people say that. Like, I think we're living in the golden age of gaming right now because there's so much different media to take in now versus when we were kids. It was like kind of all the same shit. And it just goes back to what I say on the podcast all the time. I think nostalgia ruins a lot of things for people.
Yes, it does.
Because people think because I had a great memory with this shit, that it's still good. Like it was like we were doing something on stream one day and we were rating all of the Assassin's Creed games. We were rating all of them from like S to like D rank. And I put Assassin's Creed 1, I gave it a B. I gave it a B. In 2024, I give it a B. People lost their mind about that shit. And you know exactly what I said. Go play Assassin's Creed right now. Go play the first game right now and see how fast you turn that shit off. It was good back then. It ain't good now. You know what I mean? That's why when I tell y'all go play Skyrim, a game that came out 13 years ago, it's still good now. You know what I mean? Metal Gear Solid 3 is still good now. Pokemon Crystal is still good now, dog.
Yes,
A
sir.
lot of these games, dog, that y'all be saying was the greatest game back in the day, dog. You're not playing that shit now. You are not playing that shit now. You know what I mean? Go play, like I said, go play Assassin's Creed 1 now. You'll turn that shit off almost instantly. You'll play it for an hour and be like, this is dog shit, and turn it the fuck off, man. You know what I mean? You gotta understand right evolution. Evolution is a scary thing. I mean, not to cut you off, bro, but evolution is a scary thing because while it can make some things better, sometimes it does make things worse. You know what I mean? Things can change for the worse. You know what I mean?
What you said about, like, you know, you hate that some people feel as though that, like, there hasn't been anything that's been released that has captivated minds. I feel the same way about the people who say, you know, real R&B is dead. Where it's like it's out there. There are, like you said, diamonds in the rough.
Dog, I just got done talking about somebody. The problem. I just got done talking to somebody about that the other day, and I know this ain't a music podcast, but it's like I say to people, that's because y'all be looking at niggas like Chris Brown and calling that nigga the fucking Michael Jackson of this shit and shit like that, man. Like there's people who really, and not to go too deep into it, we should say this for a music podcast, you know what I mean? But I just think like people just get lost in their childhood and what was, because when we were kids, we didn't work. You know what I mean? You didn't have responsibilities. You didn't have anything. So all you had was good memories and good times. And for some of us, we had unfortunate times and bad times, but you know what I mean? And the struggle for some of us. But yeah, you know I mean, like and dipped in all of that bullshit, we have core memories that just kept with us forever. And I think with a lot of us, you know, gaming wise, you know, those core memories like stick to us to some people too hard, to the point where they're just blind to shit, bro. Like they're really just blind to shit. Like for somebody to come to me and say Assassin's Creed 1 is better than fucking Assassin's Creed 2 or Assassin's Creed Black Flag, don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me. Like, you have no validation in anything that you say, because all you're going off of is this was the game that started it all, and this was great, and this was, but it's not that good, bro. That's like saying the because Madden is so popular now, the first Madden must be the best of all of the games, right?
Niggas now don't even know nothing about the old Madden. Like, that's the thing. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. It's like I said, man. Like, unfortunately, we all take part in the destruction or the volatile practices that happen within within gaming. And unfortunately, my boy Ninja Wolf said it best. I mean, shout out to my brother Ninja Wolf. I might leave his link down below. I don't know. I got to see if I remember. But he said to me one time when we was having a heated debate, it's like, today what you got to do is pick your piece of shit game and just play it, bro. Real shit. Just play it. Just play it, man. Because your game ain't no better than my game, bro. Like, it just... Like, and that's my whole big thing. I should say this is a hot take. I mean, but yeah, I think on this podcast it's already known. But like with this whole Helldivers thing, right? With the mass popularity of that game, bro. That game is doing nothing different than any of these other games do, and you cannot convince me fucking otherwise, bro. I love the game. It's 9 out of 10. It's damn near a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 for me.
It's not, bro. I just logged in the other day and seen how many motherfucking battle passes there is on that game. There's 6 of them. The game has been out for 6 months. Mm-hmm. They're $10 a piece. That's $60. If I bought the game for $40, I'm at $100, right? If I buy all of them,
that's if you don't want to just run around and pick up super credits, yeah.
For because I heard that they're nerfing or they're planning to nerf the amount of super cash you can grind in the game. I mean, because the player count is going down. Yeah, man. Hey. Yeah, like I said, man, you live long enough to be the villain sometimes, dog. And I don't think it's Arrowhead's fault. I really think it's a lot of Sony shit. But at the end of the day, I do feel like, we excuse shit for things that we love. Like at the end of the day, right? I can grind Call of Duty and get enough money to buy the next battle pass if I grind. You can do the same thing in Call of Duty. But it's shunned in Call of Duty, which gets a battle pass every 3 to 4 months.
But can you get the battle pass by grinding the game? Without having to buy the first battle pass?
Bro, yes, you could do that. Yes, you could do that.
How?
No, you don't have to complete none of the battle passes. Once the next one come out, you lose it. That's the only thing I like about Helldivers.
Is the premium currency on the free track or what?
I don't know if it is.
That's what I'm asking.
That's a good point.
Because I know Fortnite used to throw a few shekels your way on the free track, but it wasn't enough to get the next battle pass. If anything, it would probably take you 2 to 3 battle passes to get the next battle pass for free. Yeah. So that's all I'm asking. Because
I just think, like I said, I think we excuse bullshit that we like, man. Yeah, I think a lot of times we look at something and we say it's not that bad because we like it, man. But in the greater scheme of things, when I logged into Helldivers and I seen the game been out since fucking February, it is now July. That's 5 months. I said 6 months. My bad. That's 5 months. And there's 6 battle passes already.
Damn.
I'm gonna be looking at y'all motherfuckers like, yeah, okay, nigga. Yeah, okay. Damn. Save your my ass, dog. Because like I said, if you're somebody like me that doesn't have time to play this joint all the fucking time, but I want that new battle pass, guess what I got to do? $10 is coming right out of my bank account.
But the thing is, you can't buy battle pass skips for that. You actually have to play the game to get the shit, and they don't expire.
And you don't lose it. You don't lose it, which is good. But like I said, at the end of the day, if I don't have enough time to grind out to get the super cash in the game, I still have to spend $10. So
it's a catch-22 on that. No, because you have to grind out the medals to get the shit in the battle pass to begin with. That's what I'm saying.
But hold up. Listen what I'm saying though. If I buy all 6 of them battle passes plus the game, it's $40. It's $100.
Okay.
That's fucking Call of Duty. That's $100.
That's Call of Duty on launch. That's Call of Duty on launch. That's like $130 plus your battle pass.
$100. $100.
Oh, the vaulted edition's $100.
$100, man. $100, and I get the first battle pass for free and all that shit.
It ain't free.
You technically pay for it. You're right by paying $100, but I already locked in on it, man. Like I said, it's just like I said, like. To hold something else so high up and then shit on other games to do the same thing is just weird behavior to me. But all right.
I'm not holding it up higher than the other games. I'm saying
no,
because I am a Helldivers 2 supporter. I will not sit here. I am a casual enjoyer. Yes, I will defend democracy till my dying day or until they turn the servers off. But what I'm saying is that what Helldivers does differently, and it may not be a significant different, should be something that other games should look at.
You saying allowing you to keep your battle pass and all that stuff?
I've been saying it's that shit since Halo Infinite, dog.
Yeah, I think that binge. I agree with that. I think that binge should have been the norm. Like, I think these companies need to stop feeding into people's FOMO so bad. Like. A lot of times, like, for me, FOMO is like a turnoff nowadays because it's like I play so many games.
I almost bought Call of Duty 3 just to get a Gundam skin, and then I was like, "What the fuck am I doing?"
But that's how it be. Man.
I know, but I was like, "Damn, like that's a really cool skin for a game I don't fucking play."
Yeah, man, it's crazy, bro. Like that's That's the unfortunate. I did the same thing with fucking Fortnite, bro.
No, I almost got on Fortnite. Like I downloaded Fortnite. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get that Master Chief skin, and it wasn't available. I was like, you know what? This is a sign. And I uninstalled Fortnite.
It's they got.
I'm never gonna play it. I don't like Fortnite. I don't
like. Do I think Arrowhead, the developers at Helldivers is a great company? Absolutely. But I do think once you see that level of success and now the direction, which we'll talk about in a little bit here, the direction of that game is going, you know what I mean? And how things are kind of shifting with that. It's getting to that point where they might have to be, if they want to stay, making Daddy Sony happy, they may have to do some fucking fuck shit to people. You know what I mean? And it's like at the end of the day, it's like, you know what I mean? What my man say with the rapper boy, when shit hit the fan, are you still a fan? But Kendrick Lamar said that joint, when shit hit the fan, is you still a fan? You know what I mean? Are y'all still going to support the game when they start doing the same thing that Call of Duty does to Call of Duty players and Apex players do to Apex players? Because it's gonna go that way, man.
Shit, I forgot all about Apex. I'm not gonna lie.
Everybody did, right? But now these are some good hot takes, man. Y'all got some good hot takes, dog. I got some good hot takes, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all made me just basically say fuck all my hot takes. I got one crazy for Warren though.
Oh God,
Warren, I love you, bro. My hot take is Sonic was never good, man.
Never. Even
Never
2D.
good.
Even 2D.
The only one I enjoy the most is Sonic Heroes, dog.
I knew he was gonna say that. All right, I'm gonna tell you, Derek. I went back and I played Sonic Heroes. I didn't like it as much. I'm gonna be real with you.
I wouldn't like it now neither. You know what I mean? But I didn't say it was like amazing, but I said that was the only one I really liked. But I like in hindsight, like when I really think about it, Sonic was never good enough to be standing on the same pedestal next to Mario. You know what I mean? Like real shit. Think about it, bro. Think about it.
What do you mean think about it? 1, 2, and 3 are classics.
The Sonic movies didn't flop like the first Mario. That's all.
They could have. They could have. They didn't do a redesign. That shit was gonna flop hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was ugly as hell to look at.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
Human ass teeth.
The internet
what the fuck?
The internet really bullied like a company. That shit was hilarious.
Bro, the dude that designed that was like, "This is my Sonic OC. Don't bully, don't steal it, bro. Don't fucking take it."
Yeah, man. Think about it, man. Like I
said,
what
do you mean? Tell me what did you not like about Sonic 1, 2, 3, and pretty much 3.5 in Sonic and Knuckles?
I just think for that day and age, right? Like the Sonic's whole thing is to go fast, right? His whole thing is to move fast. How many times did you just kind of like lose your momentum or lose where you were just because, again, we were playing on 8-bit hardware, you know what I mean? That really didn't move that fucking fast. You know what I mean? So when you're playing as a character that's supposed to go fast and all this shit, and you kind of like lose momentum due to just you losing track of where you are and stuff like that.
But it's like, it's like that's his shtick. But at the end of the day, it's a 2D platformer. You can't constantly be. If anything, that's what like the modern 3D Sonic gets so wrong, because they try to implement the view just running around the place with no sort of direction, and like it's almost as if like you go so fast that you kind of like go out of frame with the game to the point where you're just kind of doing all sorts of shit that just doesn't seem right. When you focus on just like platforming and going to places with like a little bit bursts of speed here and there, then it's like, okay, this is a great game. But at its core, it's a platformer.
Hey. Yeah, man. It's just, I don't know. I always felt poor telling my cousins and shit I was playing Sonic and shit. Like, these niggas over here playing fucking Super Mario 64. I'm over here playing fucking Sonic CD and shit. I mean, I felt poor as hell, bro. Like,
bro, play that Sonic Frontier. That joint right. That's all I got to say.
Sonic Frontier actually was pretty impressive. I like
31, dog.
That joint was good as fuck. That joint was good as fuck.
It was good. It was impressive.
Bro, I'm 31. I ain't playing that shit, man.
Listen, I will follow Sonic to the day I die. I don't give a damn. Okay, I don't care
You
how
watch
bad.
Knuckles?
Listen, I haven't watched any of the movies or anything. Even though I hear that they got good like reviews from it and whatnot. I did used to watch the Sonic cartoon too as well, like the OG one, not the.
People forget it was two of them that was out at the same time. It was a disaster, like in the grand scheme of things.
Word.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just always thought that shit was fucking mid. I mean, I always thought like Sonic was just it was cool, but it was like when there was like a time where Sega was trying to like come after Nintendo, I was just like, you can't. Like, you can't. But Sonic can't even beat Kirby, nigga. Like
what?
You know, fucking with Kirby, cuz.
Sonic was so lit. Michael Jackson worked on like the original soundtracks of like I think 2 and 3.
Bro, man.
Sonic was so lit. They got Urkel to play him. How about that?
No, man. I'm cool, bro. I'm cool.
You replay Sonic 2 and 3, dog. At least, okay. 1 because you couldn't spin dash, and I went.
Sonic Adventure 2 was good. I really like that joint.
Masterpiece, in my opinion. Just my.
Totally don't feel so bad being a Halo fan anymore.
Halo was never really that good of a series. Like,
I'll fucking kill you, dog. What you talking about?
Let me say that, man.
Let me get into my second hot take. Okay,
Go ahead.
Honestly, Dark Souls isn't hard. It's like there's a learning curve to it, but like
a learning curve. You say, what is this learning curve?
What
does this learning curve consist of, my guy?
Getting fucking good.
Once you get it, it's really not hard. It honestly is. It's like the reason why it comes off as hard to people because they were processing it through the games that they're just so used to playing, where you can just kind of like mindlessly go into it and just kind of like it's almost like a standard hack and slash where you can just like be careless and just kind of go about things and worry about like healing and everything like that as you kind of go through it and suffer minimal consequences for like your recklessness. This kind of forced you to kind of be a bit more patient, and be mindful of the things that you're doing. Once you get that, it really isn't hard. It really isn't hard to go through. Honestly, it's just a matter of reframing how you normally process and go about these sorts of games. Once you kind of get that perspective of things and like are venturing with like the mind of like, okay, anything can happen at any given moment, and I am just constantly cautious of if I walk into this room, someone can literally flank me from my blind side without even noticing it. But if you are mindful of these sorts of things, you can easily get through the Dark Souls games, no problem.
So I prepped myself for this conversation because we had a big conversation about this earlier in the week. I mean, I prepped myself and I did some research, man. I did some research, man. I had to humble myself, dog. I really did.
Your ass came here prepared to debate, nigga.
No, I did, but I had to humble myself at the same time because I really did some research. I looked at some things and I watched one of my favorite YouTubers kind of break down his experience of playing all of the Souls games. He played all of them in the span of like a couple months. He played all of them. And he kind of just like broke it down, kind of just like how you did. Like, it's one of those games that kind of forces you to unlearn the way you've been playing a lot of these games and relearn a new way and a new a system of playing games. But the only thing, like I said, I still will stand on and I disagree with is I do think, and I say it just like how I said it to you. I think there's a certain level of jank with those games that they just don't feel good, bro. Like
I just want to know, what do you define as jank in these games?
It just feels like a game that came out like PS2, all of them, bro. The only one that feels good to me, like that feels good, like play wise, like all right, this feels like a modern game, is Elden Ring. And like I said, I will never talk shit about Elden Ring. As much as I fucking hate that game, I have like a
Hold up. You also said you loved Bloodborne.
I love Bloodborne too, but I love Bloodborne mostly just for its aesthetic. I love the aesthetic and I love the soundtrack. You know what I mean? Other than that, I can't beat that fucking game. So fuck that game.
That's like that's.
But I will be co-oping that on stream in October. We're gonna be co-oping some Bloodborne with some people.
Oh, is that after you beat Elden Ring?
That's after I beat Elden Ring, man. Damn,
Okay.
you just spilling all my shit. But yeah, we doing Bloodborne for spooky season, man. I'm doing some Bloodborne, man.
Okay.
Shout out to the townspeople of Yarnum.
Yeah, real shit, man. Like, just I like that, but fuck that game. The game's hard, man. Like, and sometimes that game even feels like janky as shit. It just doesn't feel.
I think it's because it's like you play games like Skyrim, right? And I was the same way when I jumped into Dark Souls, right? I was like, oh, it's like Skyrim. I can be a pyromancer. I can make my build and whatever. But it's the way the game actually functions is totally different. Because Skyrim's combat is simple as fuck.
Simple as fuck, yeah.
Simple as fuck. It's so simple that people mod other combat systems into that bitch to make it more interesting.
Yeah.
And but Dark Souls, it's like you actually fighting. Like the first time my sword got caught on a wall, I was pissed.
Yep. I will say I hated that about Dark Souls 1, where you were a lot of narrow passageways.
Oh, it's an Elden Ring. It's an Elden Ring too. Like, it doesn't matter.
Dark Souls 1 in particular was like, because like my order was, funnily enough, Sekiro was my entry point. Then I played Dark Souls 3, did a bit of Demon Souls, then did Dark Souls 1, and now I'm doing. Did you beat
Demon Souls? Did you beat all of these games?
I beat Sekiro, I beat Bloodborne, I beat Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, and I'm going to beat Dark Souls 2.
And you kind of goated, man. You actually you might be a hardcore casual.
That's why I say having my experience in these games, it made me realize, oh yeah, this once I got it from Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1 and 2 were just kind of like, all right, no big deal. I have my problems with Demon Souls, not because I think it's hard. If anything, the bosses in that game are fairly easy. It's just that you can tell that it's a draft of and then it was improved upon in the later installments of Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2. And it's like, as I'm playing through the back catalog, I'm like seeing how, oh, this is how they improved it in the later installment, and so forth and so on.
Yeah, you better than me, because I never finished Dark Souls 1. I got to the last 4 bosses and I was like, damn.
Listen, it was quite. Yeah, I'm not saying it was like super easy as well, but like it was very much doable.
Sure. No, I'm sure if I had more time to play it, I could have finished it, but I didn't have much time.
Sekiro, I would say, is definitely the hardest because it deviates from the entire Dark Souls formula because there is no stamina bar. You got to rhythm the parry system and everything like that. It revolutionized a lot of the combat that we kind of see in many of today's games, like Jedi Survivor and all that kind of stuff, Ghost of Tsushima, things like that, where it's like, oh, hey, instead of just just slashing around, they're trying to form this as if this is a real fight. And I like that. It was uncomfortable, and again, learning curve, but like you said, you're unlearning ways to and it forces you to think differently on how to approach these sorts of things, and it made it for a fun play. The experience itself, and speaking of even Dark Souls as well, how you immerse yourself in the adventure aspect of it as well, the worlds and the different kinds of diverse enemies that you're coming about, because you're not dealing with the same kind of what you were saying when it came to my gripes with Ghost of Tsushima. You're getting so much variety and the weapon customizations to the different sort of enemies and bosses that you have to fight. You're never having to deal with the same thing over and over again. And that becomes an intellectual stimulation because you're forced to have to adapt to new things as the game develops.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I still think
talking about. Go ahead, Derek.
I still think the games are just I would say at least with the Dark Souls games, because I played 1, I played 2. Did I play Demon Souls? I feel like I played that was on PS3, right?
No, the remake came out on PS5 and 4, I believe.
Yeah,
the original came out on PS3, right?
It's PS2 or PS3.
And you can cop the remake, I think, on the PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
I just feel like all them games just feel uncomfortable to play, man. They don't feel good. They just all feel like a like a severely aged ass
I
game.
think
bro.
your
like,
criticism was because when you were streaming Elden Ring, you hated the fact that it took you forever to do shit. Like
yeah,
when you
that
swung your weapon, there's
I
like
hate
you
the
don't instantly.
commitment. I hate the
Yeah,
commitment behind it. I
yeah.
hate that when I swing my sword, it's like I can't do anything else. It's like
Yeah.
I'm not streaming, so I don't care. Like, I'm a retard that just can't do
Oh,
anything else but swing my fucking sword right now. Like I don't have a mind other than swinging this sword right now. I mean, I don't like that, man. I don't like that feeling, bro. I don't like that. Like I get it's part of the core mechanic, quote unquote. I'm throwing air quotes up, the core mechanic, because I think a lot of the problems that these Souls games have, a lot of the fan base just writes off as, oh, it's an intended mechanic. I showed so y'all know what I'm talking about. I showed Warren something the other day about a debate
Fucking
a
pause
streamer was
money shit.
a debate a streamer was having. She was like, yo, like, I got kids and shit. I got things to do. I should be able to just pause my fucking game. And instead of people like embracing it and just being like, hey, like you should just sit at a grace or something like that. It's like people were like just coming at her like crazy. Like shit happens in life. Sometimes you gotta get up and you gotta, like right now. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, doing some grinding right now. I paused the game to have this conversation with y'all. It wasn't like I had to say, hold up, wait, hold that thought. I gotta go do this. It's like things happen in life.
Okay. I'm sensing a bit of hypocrisy here because we've just had this long conversation about how the casuals are dictating what it is that's going on in the games. But it's like this is the one series where we're literally catering to the fan base of how this thing, and it's like if you're a casual who wants to come into this entire space, then you have to adapt to it. It's not going to adapt.
But you know what the crazy thing about, and me and Eknight have had this conversation. The problem with Elden Ring is that it literally let the normies in. Nobody was a fan of fucking Souls games until Elden Ring came out. Nobody. There was a small majority of people. Elden Ring was the game that broke the mold and got a lot of people to play.
No, I will say Elden Ring is a lot more casual friendly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too casual friendly to where it's like it loses the Soulsborne identity. It's casual friendly enough to where you go in and you're like, oh, I can't beat Margot yet. All right, I'm gonna go over here and grind level up like a normal RPG. Whereas in Dark Souls 1, you are kind of stuck in that area until you beat that next boss. Like you have to beat the boss to progress in certain situations.
Like there's honestly wiggle room for error with Elden
But you can't fight any other boss really until you get through that one boss. Whereas in Elden Ring, I'm literally I was streaming it last night, I think. I got to the Margot, which is a skill check, right? It's supposed to be hard as fuck. Right, I get him down to 25% summons, whatever the fuck I want to do, right? Because I don't give a shit, but I don't beat him. So I'm like, all right, let's go down south. Let's start exploring. I go find another boss to go fuck with, the lizard dude, right? Fight that dude, get my ass kicked, right? So now I'm like, all right, so now I got to figure out how I'm gonna adjust my build to fight this dude, who's probably a lot easier because I'm doing more damage to him than I do Margot. So now I got to figure out, all right, am I going to be more dexterous? So I switched to the broadsword. So now I'm swinging faster than using a long sword, greatsword thing.
Greatsword, yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, all right, I'm getting more hits in because this dude just spams hits. Like he goes sicko mode every like 3 seconds. So I got to be able to like match that. And that's what is a little bit more casual friendly about Elden Ring is that I can fuck off from one boss, go fight another, and go, oh, I can take this dude for sure, and just adjust my build. Whereas in Dark Souls, you have to grind until you either are over leveled for the boss fight, or you just get good.
And this is what I hold up. Like
let Warren speak because I want to hear what he says.
I hear you in that, like, okay, I feel as though. How am I going to put this? I think it was them stepping into a new direction because I feel as though the open world concept was kind of like the natural direction where it was going to go. And I feel as though the the goal wasn't for it to be casual friendly. It just happened to be. It's like this was like a byproduct of becoming so expansive in how they opened up the world. That's like now we're giving you freedom to kind of go more places. It's still what it is. It just happened to also allow for, you know, things to kind of like give you a bit of a difficulty scaling in recognizing that, okay, you have the freedom to not, if it's too hard for you to go over here, you can go over there. And I will say this, Dark Souls 1 kind of also gave you that as well. I know for a fact when I started out and like you're at Firelink, I went in the one direction at first that led to like the
poison.
Where all the skeletons were and everything.
Yeah,
yes.
and they don't die because you have to kill the damn necromancer to get them to die permanently.
I thought that was the first direction I needed to go in, and realized that it's like, no, you needed to go in the other direction. And I was like, oh gosh, that completely changed everything.
The thing is with that is that like you can't even like really progress that route until you go the other direction. You can get a full, like you hit like a wall and then you're like, oh, I got to double back now. All right. It's the same thing with Dark Souls 2. Is like you had this weird hub area, and then you just go in one direction. And it's like, all right, you hit the end of the line here, go all the way back, and then fucking go in that direction now because now you got the MacGuffin to go to that direction. And that
the MacGuffin to go.
But that's what it usually is. It's like the fucking quest item you need to progress that situation there. Elden Ring does it a lot more palatable. It's a lot more palatable to people that never played this franchise, have always heard stories about it, and it's like, oh, all right, I go in, I walk out to the thing, not to spoil anything for you, Warren, I'm sure you've heard stories, but the fucking tree sentinel dude, all right, that fucking dude on the horse, first open world boss you fight, kicks your fucking ass every time. Fucking yeah. Here's the thing, I did my new playthrough last night. I beat him on foot. Well, not last night, but the last time I played Elden Ring, I beat him on foot. Whereas the first playthrough, I had to get torrent first and then do hit and run tactics with the katana. This time I was like sword board. I'm just going to stick up his ass and just beat the fuck out of him. And after like, I think 20 attempts, I beat him.
You got good.
Yeah. But that's a little bit easier because it was like, oh, let me just adjust my strategy. It's also an open world boss. Whereas I'm not locked into the arena. So I'm sitting here using the chapel as like cover so I can heal real quick and jump back out and fight.
But even in your explanation of that, it's like it is, you know, it's again casual friendly and allowing players, but also at the same time you're adapting to the standards of the game rather than, you know, the game being forced to kind of like adapt to the standard. Okay, for example, the whole why doesn't this game have an easy mode controversy that people have always kind of like complained about when it came to this situation. And like I will say this though, like the community got a little bit like, and this was me when I wasn't even considered myself part of that, but like they got a bit out of hand by trying to shame people who, like, you know, wanted something like that. It's kind of like, okay, like, I get it. Like, yeah, this is the intended, but you don't need to kind of like shame people for wanting an easy mode in the situation. It's not that deep.
But it's like, more or less, I think it's more or less like you have the group of gamers that play Dark Souls games that are, you know, use this to ego boost themselves because they don't really have much going on. So they're like, yo, this is the hardest game ever. It doesn't need an easy mode because it'll cheapen their experience because they did it on hard, which I don't necessarily agree with. If Elden Ring magically developed an easy mode, which by the way, it's fucking magic, but if you magic,
it's OP, magic. Like fuck,
yeah. But again, you have to earn that right to use that shit in the first place. Whereas easy mode is like, oh, the dude doesn't attack you as often and shit like that. And I don't see it as it would cheapen the experience, but I understand that the developers want you to experience the game in a specific way. So I'm going to be like, I respect what the developers are trying to do. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it needs an easy mode. It doesn't need an easy mode. I played it. It does not need an easy mode. Doesn't need easy mode. If motherfuckers are beating it one-handed with a fucking donut in their hands, but I rated on a dude who's beating it on a fucking piano DLC boss, which apparently is the hardest DLC of every Soulsborne game ever, is what people have been saying.
Can't wait.
Dudes beat it on level 1 with base weapons, no armor. Like, the game is beatable.
Listen,
those people are built different, but the fact that they can do that just proves the point. You don't need an easy mode in this game.
It further illustrates my point. I agree. You don't need an easy mode because I feel as though once you get it, it takes a while for you to get it. It takes you a while to unlearn everything and realize, okay, this is kind of how I have to approach the game. If anything, the hardest part of the game is usually the beginning. But once you kind of establish yourself with a decent kind of weapon, and for me, I always love me a shield to kind of go along with it as well. A nice 100% shield too as well. And
bro, really a gamer? Holy shit!
But he's a filthy casual.
No, at the same time he is.
I'm in that space in between. But it's like once you kind of like get how this is, it's very much doable. And I also now I'm just now evangelical about it, and I want all my friends, including you, Bird, to get involved into the Soulsborne series.
Bird, just get Elden Ring, all right? Don't worry about the other games. Just get Elden Ring.
No, get DS3. I think it's a good entry point. DS3 is a good entry point.
No, get Elden Ring. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Just get Elden Ring.
Just get Elden Ring. You're fine.
Just get Elden Ring, dog.
It's cool.
Like you don't want to play them old ass janky ass games.
It's not. You didn't.
So,
I like Dark Souls 3 graphically. Okay, I don't know why you.
All right. I feel like if you really love the Soulsborne formula, you'll play the older games on your own. You don't need someone else to go, oh, you should do Dark Souls 1, 2. No. I think Elden Ring,
I wouldn't say listen, it's all about finding your entry point. And
I think Elden Ring is the perfect entry point because Sekiro and Bloodborne are both two very different styles of combat.
Yeah.
Sekiro is about parrying, Bloodborne's about dodging and countering, and Dark Souls 1 is about parrying and getting good. Yeah. Elden Ring is like all those
parrying altogether in the Dark Souls series. I don't parry for shit.
But Elden Ring doesn't rely on the parry thing. You can block, you can jump, you can roll, you can parry. You can even use magic and summons and just be like, fuck this game, whatever. You know? Like, Elden Ring is, to me, is the best entry point to get into the Souls genre. And the other Souls games are more challenging than the base game of Elden Ring.
I think Dark Souls 3 is a good entry point because it gives you at least a framework of how everything is supposed to do, as well as I think how it corrected everything from Dark Souls 1 and 2. You will go back to those just more if you feel like it, just as a general appreciation for the series.
You might be sabotaging yourself, maybe. I don't know. But then again, I've never played Dark Souls 3, so I cannot talk.
I think Dark Souls 3 is a great entry point. Not too challenging. There's an abundance of things to kind of get into. Graphically, it's pleasing on the eye. Going back to Dark Souls 1 and 2 is just general, like, literally appreciation. Like, even though they've remastered both of them, it's just like, okay, because I've loved this series, I want to see how it kind of built from that into how they've, I don't want to say perfected, but just kind of gotten to where it was with Dark Souls 3 and how much they've improved as far as gameplay and, like, the mechanics and things are concerned.
Listen, Birds, you don't care, man. Just play Elden Ring, bro.
Nigga, I'll make you care, nigga. Okay, I'll be evangelical about it.
I'm trying to tell you,
I will shoehorn this into random casual conversations.
I have my bias. I tell everybody this. I'm not afraid to admit it. I've said it on stream 1,000 times. I'm not one of those people that's a sucker for like the hardest difficulty or like the hardest game. Like I don't care about none of that shit. I care about a good story with a decent little challenge that respects my time. You know what I mean? It respects my time. It's the most important thing, man, is respecting my time, dog. Right? That's why I tell people, like, you know, with the First Descendant, the only thing you got to lose is time. You don't have to pay no money. People like to think money is time, but time is time. Time is just time. I can't say, well, I got 2 hours of time. How much is this worth? You know what I mean, turn it into people. You know what I mean? You just waste time with these games. I mean, it's not a currency.
It is a currency.
I think with games like Elden Ring and all that shit, like I get the loop. I understand it. I give it a little nod, but I'm not one of those people that's got. I just watched one of my favorite streamers spend 11 hours beating the final boss yesterday. I'm not doing that. I don't have time for shit like that, dog. I don't have time to. I don't care if it's content. I don't care what it is. I don't have time for that shit. I like to feel like I'm moving forward. I mean, just like everybody, because I'm part of the problem. I mean, So if that means that I'm buying a battle pass that for every 30 minutes or 45 minutes I'm unlocking another tier, or I'm doing this or I'm doing that to keep that dopamine going, then so be it. I mean, but
I will say this though, in that learning curve, especially when it came to like Sekiro, but also I could say it applied to like when I was also starting out with Dark Souls 3 as well. There will be frustrations. And okay, for example, with Sekiro, I got that game in 2019. I played like a couple stuff and got so frustrated with the mechanics and everything and how unlike other games it was that I was like, I'm gonna put this down and I'll get back to it later. I did not get back to it until 3 years later.
I
With
feel that.
with Dark Souls 3, it was the same situation. Or even Bloodborne, there was a number of times it was like I started, was like I ain't feeling this, put it down, and then like for some reason felt inspired to just start again, and I just kept going at it until I realized, oh, okay, it really is like that, and like I figured it out, and then it went from being this game that like I don't understand what the hype is about, it's really frustrating, and I don't feel as though I can do it, to now this fundamentally changed how I view gaming.
yeah, y'all got that, man. Y'all got that. Like I said, I'm one of those. There's too much shit right now. There's too many games, and I want to play everything, man. I'm that type of person. I want to play everything. I want to do everything. So I don't have time to spend 11 hours on one boss. So I could just at the end of the day pat
Like I
myself
said
in
to
the
you
back
before,
and go to Twitter and tell people, "Hey, I beat that boss. I'm better than you. Get good." That does nothing for me. When
Well, the
people
it's
problem
tell
is
less
me
you
get
logged
good,
in
me.
on
that does
Twitter.
nothing for me,
For
man.
me, it's less about that, and it's just how captivated and immersed I am in the world itself. Like I was telling y'all earlier, okay, I want to play other games too, but at the same time, not many of them have captivated me in the way in which like this series has done for me, and I'm prepared to dedicate an entire fucking year going through Elden Ring, to be quite honest, because it's like I'm so enthralled by everything that's going on. I literally go about my days thinking about when am I going to find the opening to go back to playing Dark Souls 2 right now, because I'm really trying to get that done so I can finally start putting in some hours into Elden Ring.
Yeah, man.
Like like even as a casual, okay, I would say this. This is the casual side of me coming out, where it's hard to find like games are in abundance. You have a PlayStation Plus subscription and you're just spoiled for all these titles, indies, classics, all these sorts of things, and like you play them and it's like, all right, but I just don't feel the joy. I don't
Yep.
feel like, like moved by any of all this. And it's like it's almost like you're staring at this for like 10 minutes and then like, all right, I really just I don't feel it anymore. And it's
No,
hard for me to
thanks.
and it's
Kingdom Hearts
hard
3.
for me to, yeah. Oh, Kingdom Hearts 3
But
for sure.
that's
It's hard.
that's me every time. That's because I have days where I don't stream, so I always tell myself like this is gonna be my day. That I just play my little off stream games and shit, and then I turn my PlayStation on, boot up my PC and shit, and I'm just like, damn, I don't want to play none of this shit. But it's more so because I just like overwhelm my shit myself. Once I just pick a game and start playing it, like I'm playing it, bro. Like I just be playing it. You know what I
But
mean,
I'm speaking from a casual perspective where it's like I'm not overwhelmed or anything. I'm spoiled for choice, but it's really I need to find something that's really going to captivate me. And it's like as the years kind of gone by, it's gotten harder and harder and harder to find games that are just like I'm excited to play this. Like even
yeah,
like playing Stellar Blade, I just kind of like almost kind of went through the motions because like as I can see it as like okay, it's a decent game, but I wasn't excited about it. I just was like
yeah,
I need to finish this just so that it's not among my graveyard of things that I
yeah.
haven't finished. I
That game
feel the
got the
same.
dog. That game, I feel like, unfortunately, is going to get the Dragon's Dogma treatment, and I think a lot of people are just kind of gonna because like I don't hear anybody like really talking about it anymore. Like that game kind of like came and went, and
Yeah,
I think a lot of things that hurt that game is that it was a PlayStation exclusive. You know, exclusivity always hurts these fucking games and shit, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's a bad game. I just think that
I don't think it's a
it's
bad game at all either.
yeah.
It's just but like I started like realizing that about myself when it came to gaming. And that's kind of what enforce the whole casual aspect of it, where it's like maybe I'm just not into this like activity anymore as I used to. But like only certain games, like when the God of War reboot came out, and that captivated me, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's right there. Okay,
You know what it is too. Not to cut you off, but you know what a lot of it is too, is that I think as you get older, like a lot of these games are like I said, they're time expensive. These games are very time expensive these days.
Generally speaking, games are time. Like it's really time expensive.
There's not a lot of games that just like. I think that's why I've had this talk before with a lot of people on stream of a lot of people don't understand why games like Call of Duty are successful and things. And I think one thing about Call of Duty that I always respect is it's a game I can get on. I could play for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 4 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours. I can play it for any time expansion. I mean, I think with a game like, Assassin's Creed Valhalla or Dragon's Dogma or Elden Ring, you've got to be able to sit there and be like, yo, I got 3 hours. I got 4 hours. I got 5 hours on this. Because for you to even do basic things in a lot of these games nowadays, you need that type of time. I mean, like a game like Halo Infinite, I can hop on, play a couple games, get off. I mean, it's not that time expensive. But a lot of these games, like and since the genre is shifting now, like, people are getting off of that battle royale wave, and like, the single player games are starting to become bigger, and we got games like
the
First
little
Descendant.
wave of extraction shooters that are coming out.
Yeah, man. It's like these games are becoming more and more time expensive, and I'm saying time expensive because that's what it is. Like, again, if you want to play a game like First Descendant, it's free. It don't cost you nothing. But you're gonna waste some time on it if you don't like it. I mean,
listen, that's as a casual, your time becomes very, very valuable in other things, to the point where it's like, if I'm going to do this, I realize that okay, I want to make sure I have nothing else planned doing, unless you have to like hard stop yourself and be like, okay, I'm gonna do an hour or two, and then like hard stop at a certain point. But like, it's so easy to get consumed by it all, especially if it's something that you're enjoying doing. So it's like, that's usually what's kind of like kept me away from gaming at times, where it's like, I don't want to dedicate a lot of time into something that I'm really just not into it to begin with. If anything, I finished Stellar Blade so I can get back into playing Dark Souls 2. So it's like, having a game like that captivate me and like make me so immersed in the world itself, the combat and everything, and to the point where in which I'm going about my regular day thinking about wanting to do that. That's like my benchmark now. I have to be so captivated by a game that I'm thinking about it when I'm not playing it. So I'm encouraged to want to go back to it.
Yeah, that's how the First Descendant was for me. I ain't gonna lie. That game had me for a little minute. That's why I told myself I'm gonna take a break from it for the next couple of days, because I don't want to like burn myself out, because that's a thing with me too. Like, I'll play a game so much in a short period of time that, like, that's what happened to me with Helldivers. Like, I that first weekend I put like 40 hours into it. So
I put so many hours in Helldivers. How many hours in Helldivers?
When the next week came out and people were like, "Yo, you want to hop on Helldivers?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm kind of like played the shit out of that last."
I'm almost 200 hours in Helldivers right now.
Yeah, damn.
I love this fucking game. It's so stupid. I love it.
Yeah, it's a good game, man. But I mean, I think people, they dick ride it a little too fucking hard, man. Like,
no, not hard enough. You can't dick ride democracy.
Nah, man, see, part of the problem.
You can only hold its shaft.
It's all funny, man. It's all funny games, man.
You go and title this episode. We are all part of the problem.
But when niggas ask you, don't you guys have mobile phones? Y'all got fucking offended by that shit. You know what I mean? People are fucking weird, man.
Bro, like, I saw that shit. I laughed my ass off because I was like, bro, is either out of touch with his own fucking community, and like you just really. It is.
I don't think it was that, man.
Because like your target audience has only been playing on PC, and all of a sudden you just shift to mobile. And then you go, you guys don't got phones. It's like,
that's
nah,
a whole
dude.
nother conversation. I'm just saying, man, we all part of the problem, dog. And I think gaming will be better when people realize that you don't have to go to fucking Twitter and Reddit and shout how much you don't like something to fucking, I mean, to fucking not like something.
Why the fuck would I go to Twitter just to get like yelled at by like a 12-year-old?
I just think because that's what this generation is, man. This generation of gaming is strange, bro. Like it's just like this. How many times have you been on Instagram or Facebook or any of these pages? And let's say you Google, let's do a sports team. Let's do my favorite football team, the New York Giants, right?
Trash.
You know what I mean? Trash. Honestly, trash, garbage, right? But you go on their page, you look in the comments, and there's a guy in there talking about, I'm a Bengals fan, or I'm this. And I'm that. It's like, bro, what are you doing here then?
Yeah.
Like, you came out of your way and spent your time to come somewhere and give people your opinion that nobody gives a fuck about. Like, that's what you're doing with your time, bro. If you see that shit with games and shit, it's like Pokemon will post something. People are like, who cares? Pokemon died 20 years ago. But Pokemon's still the largest, fastest selling game of all time every time they drop something. So that's not true. But why did you go out of your fucking way to again say that? Like, what are you niggas doing with your time, bro? Like, what are you doing with your
Actually,
time?
some people do that on purpose just to like start fights on Twitter. That's why I don't go.
That's called engagement farming, which is
but let's like not even that. It's just dudes dropping comments and shit. I'm just like, I don't have the time to argue with you on the internet. I really don't. I don't care enough.
I think the problem is, and like I've been telling niggas, I think that the strongest problem with all this shit is that everybody's got an opinion and everybody thinks their opinion matters more than you. And like my boy Dr. Kai said, everybody wants to hear their opinion come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest problem with the world. Everybody wants validation instead of just being like, hey, I like this thing. Let me like this thing and just go about my fucking day. Everybody wants to shout how much they love something. It's not even to be on some positive thing to be like, hey, I played this great game. You should too. It's just like it gets to the point where you just get annoying. You get to shitting on people. And I've said it before in the Hell Divers podcast when we talked about that. That's the problem I have with that fucking community. Same thing with X-Define. I can't stand that fucking community because anytime you say anything bad about the goddamn game, it's, oh, you're just not good enough. Bro, my KD's positive and I'm dropping 40 bombs. The game sucks, bro. Like, the game sucks, bro. Like,
the Call of Duty killer came out with like the most bare bones shit. And I was like, bro, all right. I think I played recently just to check out the new dudes.
New season just started.
I know. I was like, oh, yo, siege operators, and I checked out the siege map, and I was like, the siege map's kind of cool. All right, it's a nice little throwback to Rainbow Six Siege. But then I was like, oh, I want to play as Blitz. It's like, oh, you got to unlock it 700,000 XP. I was like, yeah, I'm good, dog. I'll put this shit back on the shelf.
Man, it's just
it's because gameplay wise, it's just repetitive. It just feels like a simpler Call of Duty, and then
we'll save that for the next podcast, for the uninstalled podcast.
Uninstalled podcast. There we go.
Man. We almost there. We almost at the uninstalled point.
Dude, I uninstalled Sea of Thieves because 100 gig is fucking crazy.
It is crazy, but I mean, I like that game a lot. So
I like it. I liked it too, but
let's bang out these two articles real quick. Spark some conversation and get y'all on y'all way, man. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time.
This is definitely going to have to be a part 1 and 2.
No, I'm dropping all this at once, man. Y'all getting this whole thing, man. Take y'all time with this one, man.
This is the type of podcast you listen to on the toilet. All right, this
right.
Niggas are spending 3 hours on the toilet.
All right, boom.
You mean you don't?
So I sent you guys the article. I said, this nigga, man.
Warren love that shit.
Yeah.
Warren, did you see the joint I sent you the other day?
I was afraid to look at it, right? Because it's like part of me, it feels like what if I'm in a pool one day and then that's gonna be there.
So for context for everybody here and for the listener, there was a pool party for this dude's birthday. Somebody shit in the pool, and then the DJ had to announce that shit, and he announced it just like that. He was like, attention people, somebody just shitted in the pool, man. I was like, yo.
Is this the Michael Rubin party?
Nah, this the Cash Cobain joint.
Oh damn.
Yeah, but all right, y'all. Let's get this thing started, man. So I just sent y'all an article. Y'all may know about this joint. Y'all may not know about this joint, but I didn't know if I wanted to talk about this on this podcast or not. If I wanted to have this type of thing, but fuck it, it's gaming news and it's going to be funny to talk about. You know what I mean?
Oh God.
So y'all know who Dr. Disrespect is, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
He's a streamer. You know what I mean? A very popular streamer, a really big streamer, honestly. Like the past, I say like 4 or 5 years, he's done a lot. He's got like road company sponsorships. He was made his own gaming studio to
create his
own game.
In like the what was it, the basketball game? Fucking NBA 2K.
Skin in 2K. He had a mission and everything in that joint. Yeah, so popular Dr. Disrespect streamer, you know what I mean? He was banned back in, what was that, 2020, right?
2020, yeah.
He was banned in 2020, and usually when people get banned from Twitch, I follow a page for that shit too. When people get banned, basically the reason is put out there for everybody to see. There's like a Twitter page that I don't know how they do it, but they literally every time somebody gets banned, they just tweet that shit out like, oh, this streamer's been banned. That streamer's been banned for this. This streamer's been banned for that. But when Dr. Disrespect got banned, there was like no reason behind it. So nobody knew. It just he started streaming on YouTube and about his life. Well,
yeah, the most popular theory at the time is that he tried to get more money by saying he's gonna go to Mixer or some shit.
Oh yeah. People thought he was trying to get out of his contract and stuff like that, whatever the case may be. And that obviously now that is completely debunked because about 2-3 weeks ago, this is like two or so weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, it came out from a whistleblower that used to work for Twitch saying that this Dr. Disrespect was banned for having like disrespectful communications with a minor on a app, I guess they had at
Twitch
one
Whispers.
Point. Twitch Whispers, which is really like their instant messaging service they
it's
have.
Still around. It's just nobody.
It's not the same, man. Nobody uses that shit neither, man. So obviously this spun a lot of discourse within the gaming community. A lot of people came to defend this man and all this other stuff. And, he was being kind of vague about things when he had to come and defend himself. It was kind of just like, hey, we had settled this, Twitch did their thing. I got paid. Other parties got paid, blase. As the week went on, what was the big catalyst of things?
It was him defending himself. That's what it was. No, it wasn't
that. That was like the final thing. There was something else that came out that was just like.
Oh no, I think it was like they just basically said what went down. He was messaging a minor through Twitch Whispers, and then that kicked off everything, and people were.
No, it wasn't that. It was that. You're right, but you're missing the most important piece was his gaming studio that he created.
Oh yeah, they cut ties with him. I almost forgot. You're right.
After doing an entire investigation on the situation, they basically said, "Yo, we cut our ties with Dr. Disrespect. He's done. He's no longer a part of this thing that we got going on." And people still try to defend this man. And when I saw that, I already knew. I saw that and knew instantly, like, yeah, he did that shit.
Like I can see maybe Twitch dropping you. I can see maybe YouTube dropping you, just to wipe their hands of the situation, right?
Yeah, but
your own company.
Yeah,
that's different. That's
That's some WWE shit.
I told everybody, man. People in this Discord we in tried to flame me. I came in this joint. I was like, yo, he did that shit. People's like, oh, this is another Amber Heard situation. I'm like, bro,
we don't even know who the person is.
Bro,
what do
it's
you
not
mean?
even. It's not even that. You got to read between the lines. When your own company says, yeah, we did our own investigation, and we basically found this man guilty. He did that shit, dog.
Yeah,
like, he ain't got to say nothing else. But
and it's not even a situation where it's like a company like they're it's Sony or some shit, right? Like it's already established. No, they were made by him, and they were relying on his fame and fortune and income to some extent to promote the fucking game they were working on. And for you to cut that off, just
you did that shit, dog.
That's to me that's almost a damn direct, like, this is the evidence. Now obviously ain't no court case as far as I'm aware.
There won't be one, and we'll get to that
Probably
in
a
a minute.
settlement.
Yeah, there's probably a settlement.
Yeah, there was a settlement, but like I said, we'll get there when we get there. So like I said, I went on Twitter, I spoke on it. I mean, I just said like, yo, judging just from what Midnight Society said, he did that shit. Everybody was just like, oh no, you guys are weird these days. It's always guilty until proven innocent. It's like, bro, like, you gotta look between the lines on things, man. Like, nobody's gonna blatantly come out and say, you know, hey, yeah, I'm a pedophile or I'm this. They're gonna dance around that shit. I mean, people are always gonna try to make it sound good to a certain extent. If you're smart, right?
Bro. I mean, this is not, dude. Come on.
Listen, so literally the next day after I got flame boiled by this Discord and I'm gonna keep bringing it up. This Discord and Twitter, the man came out himself and admitted to it.
Damn.
And I'm gonna read y'all the tweet because I'm pretty sure the tweet is still up, man. I'm gonna read the tweet for y'all.
You can't find it. There's plenty of copies everywhere.
You get any I'm sorry, Blazed Infernos?
No.
Yeah, I know.
Because people look up to this man, like, for some reason, man. Like, I mean, this is verbatim what he said, right? He said, hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. And I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made the painful decision to collectively have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Right, here's where it gets. Here we get to it, right? Where their Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor. By the way, that was edited 4 times. And the first edit was just minor, and then he added individual, and then he added individual minor.
And then he took minor out at one point.
Yeah, it was just individual.
And then he got flamed for that, and then he put it back.
He said, were there Twitch whispers with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much into the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. I'm gonna just stop right there, right?
You're a freaky ass nigga.
I'm gonna stop right there, dog. All right. Eknight, tell us what you think, man. Tell us what you think about that.
Well, I mean, like, off the statement alone, it's bad because, one, he's not denying that he didn't talk to this individual minor.
Individual minor. That is a
as opposed to the multiple minors that he may have not been messaging. But the worst part is like there's no I didn't know her age excuse, right? There's no like he also could have just been like, nah, I'm not gonna talk on it. You could have just ignored it. That's the crazy part. It wouldn't have mattered how many people said he did that shit, right? It took, if it wasn't for Midnight Society doing what they did, he could have just ignored this shit and it would have blown, and it came right back. Like, took a break, came right back, been like, yo, I'm back, whatever, bro. But the thing is that he basically admits it. And I don't know why you'd be talking to a 7-year-old on Twitch Whispers. It makes no fucking sense.
Wait. How old are we talking?
17 is the alleged age.
17. He's saying she's 17, right?
The alleged age is 17. We don't know for sure. We know that she was underage.
But let's hear this out, right? All right, this is the conversation I've been having with some of these disgusting motherfuckers. I'm gonna call them what they is, disgusting motherfuckers.
Freaky ass niggas.
As a 35-year-old man, he was 35 at the time in 2017. What kind of fucking conversation can you have with a minor?
Real shit. Do you live with your parents?
And what kind of inappropriate conversation should you be having with anybody under the age of, I want to say like 19, 20, for real, bro. You 35. I mean, if she's 17 and you 35, bro, you was 18 when the person was born. What kind of conversation do you have to have? Like, I get it. Like, you're famous. You know what I mean? You're a big streamer. People want to talk to you, but there's barriers, dog. There's barriers you got to put up, man. That's the big thing about this that I've been telling a lot of people is a lot of times a conversation only goes as far as you want it to go. So when you allow things to become inappropriate, you allowed it. You honestly allowed that. You allowed that, bro. It's so easy for somebody to say, you know what I mean? Like I'm in a relationship. If a girl texts me and be like, yo, I want your dick. You know what I mean? That conversation can stop right there. And there's no hurt, no harm, no foul. But the minute you start to entertain that, that's on you, bro. They don't ain't nobody but you. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, like, people don't be getting with this situation, bro. Like, oh, what if she came on to him? Bro,
doesn't matter. He's the adult in the situation.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like, again, it's just weird. So I'm gonna continue on with this. He said, nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I would hope so. I mean, he said, I never even met the individual.
You were trying to, though.
Yeah, that's what they say. I mean, I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute, which Twitch in that case was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me. I had no criminal charges and have never been brought against me. They probably never will because, again, I mean, people always think like the stupid shit with Drake, right? I mean, Drake, all the Drake stands are saying, oh, Drake's never been arrested for, flirting with a minor. It's like, you don't have to be arrested, bro, to be on some freaky ass shit. Like, now, from a moral standpoint, I absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I fucking own my shit. This was fucking stupid, man. I mean, he sounds just like one of the motherfuckers with To Catch a Predator. I'm fucking stupid, bro. This was a stupid mistake.
Yeah, that's the crazy part. It's only stupid when they get caught.
Right.
Then I just don't like the dude had money, fame, shit. It's crazy because like he admitted to cheating on his wife on stream, right? So now it's like one of the questions is like, is this the person you cheated on? Because while Twitch did drop him in 2020, that doesn't mean he wasn't talking to this person years prior. Now that's just an alleged theory. It could be connected. It could be totally separated. I've seen shit where they're like, there's some somebody on Twitter, because I know a friend of mine, Julio, sent me this shit because I don't know if it's 100% true, but apparently he was talking to some trans streamer
Oh yeah,
And with,
that's real. That's real.
that's real. That's confirmed.
That's real, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
So like he cheating on his wife again, or it's all the same shit. I don't
It's
know.
probably all the same shit.
Dude's
man.
probably a sex addict, to be honest.
Yeah, probably.
Like it may not just be like a whole age thing. You know, he got ass, he go after it type shit. Don't matter.
Yeah,
Call
man,
that shit, okay? Y'all niggas let this man with a pedo stash play in y'all face for years, and y'all didn't think nothing was up with that fucking mustache? Come on now, no.
To be fair, that's not really a pedo stash. Pedo stash is like that pencil shit.
That's a fucking pedo stash, dog.
That's-
I'm looking at that
like-
shit. It's like that
like-
nigga did it.
No,
I
that's
knew he did it from the
19
look of that motherfucking mustache. I was like, oh, yeah, that nigga did it.
1980s porn mustache. That's what that is.
Yeah,
man.
that nigga did it.
Listen, I knew. Listen, I'm not even like I wouldn't say I disliked the guy or I was a fan of the guy. I never watched. He's not my age group. Number one, like for streamer wise, like he was more. He's more for the younger audience. You know
God
I mean?
damn,
pun
he's like
intended.
45 years old though.
Clearly.
He's 45 though.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't really care for the way he talks and like all that stuff. Like, I mean, I get it's his little shtick and that's what he does, but like putting a whole wig on and all that shit, like I'm alright off that, man.
I mean, like his character gimmick, it worked. It obviously did. I'm not gonna knock his strategy there with how he does his streams, but like this is like, bro, he lost me YouTube monetization. He's been lost Twitch monetization. He's lost a shit ton of sponsorships. He's lost the respect of a lot of his peers like Nick Merckx and Tim the Tapman. All were like, we can't condone this shit. Like everyone is just like avoiding this dude with a 10-foot fucking pole, and he went on vacation with his family. Now, if he comes back to streaming, it'll be interesting to see if he even has a platform to stream on.
Oh, he will.
Or if he goes the way of EDP45, where they just keep banning him or keep fucking him over because they just don't want him on there.
Let's get deeper into his tweet, man. His tweet. I mean, he said, now that's what he said after this, man. You know, I mean, you gotta understand, Dr. Disrespect. So he's putting on the act with this tweet. I mean, it's serious, but it's like, you know what it is, man. He said, now with all that said, don't get it fucking mistaken. I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no fucking predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me fucking knows where I stand on those things and those types of people. Fuck that. That's a different level of disgust that I fucking hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. All right? That's what he said in his tweet.
Okay,
right?
Drop the DMs then.
Yeah, so look, I'm gonna go down a little bit, right? He says this. He says this, right? He says, where is it at? He said, finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine. But I'm not fucking going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made those mistakes all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear. Yeah, fucking right. What you guys think about that, man? Think about that. I'm gonna send y'all the tweet so y'all can read it yourselves, man. But yeah, what y'all think about that, man? He said he's coming back.
We'll see how that pans out.
Bro said he's coming back.
He gotta feed his family. That's the only thing I can think the reason he doing.
Bro,
that.
I already think he had enough money. Like, that's the thing. You fumbled the bag on this shit. Like, he cheated on his wife, didn't get divorced. That's crazy, right? To me, like nowadays. But like, fucking, you fumbled the bag. You had a second chance in that situation, and you still fumbled the bag. Like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. You have family, you got money, you got community that fucking adores you, like, and then you throw it all away for internet shit. Like, the fuck? Like, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand.
Rich people make the dumbest mistakes, man. It's crazy.
And the people are like, oh, he did it for the thrill, or people are like, he didn't do it.
The what?
the thrill. You know how like it's like all right, think the concept is like
thrill.
The thrill of it.
Real, man.
Like, because you get bored with normal shit because you're so rich and you got all the fucking power and fame and shit. So now you start seeking out shit. It's like
in talking to a
child.
child.
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't like again. Don't know, but at the same time, it's like, bro, I would sit here and just like become a hermit. I would play games all fucking day. I do shit, normal people shit occasionally. I become a casual normie. That's what I would do.
Or my suggestion, ethical or not, you know, you just cheat on your wife like a regular person with somebody that's of age, man. Okay, if you're gonna do dirt, do it properly.
Oh my god! But my
it beats what the fuck he was doing over here. Okay, it's like if you're gonna do some dirt, okay, I'd much rather you be, you know, talking up some supermodel woman who's of age or whatever, and like just do that. Okay, you could be a piece of shit, but like. Not this level of piece of shit.
Man. Bro.
Get that Kim Kardashian like everybody else. You famous?
So my main thing is that if he says he's like it's not as bad as apparently it's being led on to be, drop the DMs. I'll eat my words. If it's literally just like he's making terrible, somewhat inappropriate jokes or some shit, right? Like you say something like that's what she said type joke, like on that level, and it's like, and that's it. That's the inappropriateness that got him canned from Twitch. I'd be like, all right, you know, he's obviously not that. But if it's literally like, oh, we're gonna meet up at TwitchCon, I got a hotel for us, baby, like talking all this shit.
Wow.
Like, if he's saying shit like that, it's like, bro, fuck out of here. I don't know what the fuck you're
even
talking
if
about.
it's like if it's like a conversation that lasts more than a fucking hour, you should not be talking to somebody that young. You especially when it's like
the
this
only
gap
thing you should
in like
talk to him about is literally the shit like video games and shit. Like motherfuckers, like if they jump in your stream chat, right? You don't know their age. You could be talking to a 13-year-old, but they're talking about the game. Like, oh, what do you think? Like, I got this dude in my John that talks about Helldivers nonstop. He's like, oh, Helldivers doing this. If he was like, he could be 13 for all I fucking know, right? But we're talking about the game. Ain't no inappropriate shit going on, and you could have that conversation for hours. As long as the stream lasts or as long as you choose to have that conversation, but it's not an inappropriate conversation, right? Like you can talk to people underage about subject matter as long as you're doing it appropriately. Like, fuck, how the fuck do teachers do their jobs? You know what I mean? Like they, and you got celebrities meeting kids, you know, cancer and all that shit. So like, there's a way to do it. But you can't be like a fucking dickhead and sit here.
It's just all about being the adult, man.
Exactly. You got to treat it that way.
Yep.
You got to be the adult, man. Like I said, I got people in my stream. You know, I label my stream as 18 plus, but obviously there's people out there.
Yeah, people get around that shit.
They don't care. And they'll say to me, they'll come right in my stream like, yo, I'm 17. Is it okay for me to be here? And I'm like, no. You know what I mean? I don't really want you to, you know, be talking away in my chat or anything like that. You know, please don't join the Discord or anything like that. I just don't want that type of thing. You know what I mean? I just don't want that. Like, I feel like the environment that I create just isn't for anybody that's under the age of 18. It's just not. You know what I mean? And when you know that about yourself, you know, we're using a lot of profanity. We're drinking. We got people smoking. We got people talking about crazy shit. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody that's a child still around that shit. You know what I mean? It's just who
like
I am.
I'll even say, like, I think my streams are probably a little bit more tamer than yours. Like,
hell yeah.
By like a large margin, but I still don't want children to sneak in and go, oh, I'm a child, and I'm a stream. I'm gonna be like, unfortunately, bro, I'm gonna have to see you on the way out, and like, because I'm playing with so dudes. Like, I think the youngest person I have had actually play a game with me is 18, and then it was Halo. That was it. Like, that's the youngest that I'm aware of. And even then, it was like, good games, bro, and then we go separate ways. That's it.
Like I don't. Said, dog. It's just you gotta learn to be the adult, man. It's just unfortunately, man, bro fell victim trying to get some young pussy, man. He
Ain't
fucked
no
up,
victim
bro.
falling.
He fell. No, I'm not saying he's a victim at all. I'm just saying you just one of the many dumbass motherfuckers.
But they
that-
even
that
say
went
that
over-
he was made aware of her age, and he still was like, "It's all good, man." Like,
It's
how do you, bro? She's like 14. Yeah, but that
green
ass,
light.
bro.
Like the fuck.
That's wild.
No, dog.
That's
No.
crazy.
No.
Man, it's like I said, man. People just gotta like. It's just this is the way I look at a lot of things, man. Y'all gotta stop looking at these people like they perfect. Number one, you gotta stop looking at these people like they're fucking your saviors and shit.
Yeah,
like people on Twitter, they swear to God like these people are just perfect. Like no, these people are sometimes worse than the people in your fucking neighborhood that are trying to rob and kill you, man.
Okay. Honestly, this is actually lending its way to a pretty interesting topic, considering like you guys are streamers that are very like front facing, especially within your communities. This is more along the lines of like parasocial relationships, where because things are so one way, people feel as though they have this intimate connection with you. When it's like this is just like a persona or something that you're kind of putting facing for your audience, but at the end of the day, they don't really know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they get this idea because they have some tie of intimate connection to you and seeing you and hearing you talk about yourself and your experiences through these mediums, people feel as though that they have an understanding of you when it's like no, people are much more deeper and complex than what you're seeing from them front facing, whether it be on their podcast or on their stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. It's just like I said, man. Like sometimes you gotta come to gripes with shit. Like your hero might be an absolute piece of shit, and you just gotta be able to accept that shit, man. I mean, you just gotta be able to accept that shit. Like this man did something fucked up, bro. It is what it is, man. He got to go, bro.
It is what it is.
He got to go, man. It's the same, like everybody's been talking about the Drake shit. Oh, if Drake was really on some foul shit, bro's got to go, dog. We ain't got no fucking time for none of that shit, man. Like y'all be trying to cut corners for niggas and shit like R. Kelly and all this shit, bro. If the bull did some foul shit, get him the fuck out of here. Because if it was if it's just like the Tory Lane shit with him shooting Meg Thee Stallion shit. If that was your sister, you'd want justice.
Right.
Because that's your favorite artist. You know what I mean? You don't care. You know what I mean? Like these are people too, man. All right? Stop putting people on a pedestal and realize what it is, man. Stop being a fucking follower and get some money, dickhead.
What the
fuck?
Where did that come from, Doc?
Had to hit him with the Philly joint real quick, man.
Nah, you sound like that dude. You sound like that dude on them commercials after Jerry Springer and Maury and all that shit.
Oh shit! The nigga that trying to get you to go back to college.
Yeah. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
It's simple.
Following Dr. Disrespect. Don't he play with kids? How about you go get some money? How about you go get your education at the Fry, nigga?
Oh my
college.
Yeah, man. Go get you some fucking money, man. They gotta hire me for that shit. I'll do it.
But on some real though, like when fans do this to the people with whom they idolize, in a sense, it is also dehumanizing them because it doesn't register their complexity as people that you may think of them as these perfect individuals when in reality no human is perfect and they have their stuff that they have going on and whatnot, and you should be able to acknowledge that yeah, like they are imperfect beings just like you and I.
Yeah, man. Shit's fucked up, man.
Yo, this is why I watch Asmongold, because I have zero expectations for this motherfucker.
Yeah, that motherfucker did. I know. I don't know, man. I know he ain't fucking texting no minor. He ain't texting no goddamn fucking body.
He's like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, weird ass dude.
Yeah.
That's all we got for this podcast, man. I think this was a good conversation. I think this is a good way to start the last 10 episodes into going into 100. You know what I mean? I guess we can hit them with 2 announcements before we go. Like, Eknight spoiled. Yes, I will be doing I'm coming back to Elden Ring, man. We're gonna beat that fucking game. I'm gonna stream it.
Bro, I didn't even spoil that shit. You put that shit on your story like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but I didn't like say anything. I just put it like, yo, yeah, I'm coming. Like, it's coming. You know what I mean?
Bro,
yeah,
I think everyone would
it's
extrapolate that shit. I don't.
Well, listen, it's coming, man. It's coming. This shit's coming. August 2nd, I'll be doing a 12-hour stream. We're gonna do half of that doing Elden Ring, dog.
All right, you need to beat the Tree Sentinel.
I'm not doing that. I'm not going nowhere near that nigga unless I killed him already.
Oh, you're not doing a new playthrough. You're going back to the old?
I had my boy Co-op and come through and kill that motherfucker for me. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, big brother shit, man. I had my big brother go beat that motherfucker.
You should name the stream Beat Elden Ring for me, please. And just have people just jump in and do boss fights for you. I think that'd be lit.
That's what I'm gonna do.
We can collab. I'll do that shit.
Right. But yeah, man, that's what we doing. And then sometime in the future, we're gonna have this kind of podcast again. Maybe at episode 100, maybe before then. I'm gonna get everybody together and we're gonna do it live on Twitch, man. So make sure y'all, get ready for that live episode. That'll be pretty fun. Every time we do that, it's pretty interesting because we have a lot of people kind of just chiming in, weighing in on what we're talking about, allow them to put their input in towards the conversation. So, I mean, that's what we got going on. I think the next episode for 91, we're going to have we're going to bring a special guest on and we're going to talk about a subject y'all been waiting for us to talk about for a very long time, man. We're going to try to get that episode popping for y'all soon. That'll be sometime in August, probably. So, because this episode, we're recording it on the 18th. This shit probably ain't coming out until we're recording it on the 8th. It's now the 9th. It probably won't come out till the 17th. So, that episode will probably come out towards the end of this month. So, be on the lookout for that. And yeah, man, that's been a good conversation. So, Bird, you got anything to add before we wrap this one up, man?
Hey, man, be safe out there. Y'all know how I be. Take care of yourselves. Make sure y'all surrounding yourselves with loyal folk. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, why that shit sound like a shot at somebody, man? That nigga
Let's not what?
Bro threw a shot at somebody on the podcast. He said, "Be loyal, nigga." Yeah. Shit, Warren. What about you, man? You got any closing statements, man?
Ghost of Tsushima is overrated. Simple as that, okay? Other than that, okay, I'm out here.
This nigga opinion, dog. We don't care, man. This nigga just started playing video games, man. Don't talk to this motherfucker. Nigga got a Sonic plushie in his bed, dog. I know he do, man.
He got a Sonic OC.
Bro got a Sonic t-shirt he wear on graphic t-shirt Fridays and shit at his job, man.
I wish, nigga, shit.
What about you?
To this day, I'm still confused as to why they gave Shadow Blick, though, for real.
Hey, man, that was a good game. That was a good game, but it wasn't a Sonic game.
That's wild. That's the workaround.
That's the workaround. That joint was kind of gas, but it wasn't a Sonic game. It was Shadow, nigga. Eknight, you got anything, bro?
Yeah, follow me on Twitch, E-Night117, and I do YouTube stuff over at Couch Combat. So you can follow the IG page the same name as well. And join the war effort. We're in dire need of new Helldivers to fight the Terminid and Automaton fronts. Okay, we need some fresh blood for the battle for democracy.
Listen, we'll be talking about that on the next podcast. We didn't talk about it here for a reason. We'll be talking about that on the next one. I mean, hell,
I'm probably gonna forget all about it.
Don't worry, it's in the show notes, man. We got it. You know what I mean, and then my closing statement's just more of the same, man. Just follow me. Check out the links down below. Follow me on Twitch, BLAZEDxENFERNO. Check out the YouTube. I'm always dropping like VODs and shit, little clip outs of things I'm doing in my stream. You know what I mean? Follow me on IG, Twitter, all that, especially Twitter. I'm always talking shit on Twitter.
Yeah, don't follow me on Twitter.
Make sure you drink water, man. Make sure you drink water because it's fucking hot out, man. I mean, and I'm gonna put it on wax here. We're about to have one of the coldest winters of all time. It's gonna probably snow in Southern California and everything.
I hope
this
so.
heat is crazy. This heat's crazy. But yeah, man, that's just my predictions for the future. We'll see y'all on the next one. Like I said, stay hydrated. Get you some fucking money, bitch. Peace.
Don't talk to minors, dog. Just don't.
Just stay away from children, you bitch ass niggas. Like,
that is the name of the podcast right there.
Just don't.
Just stay away from children. Is that what we're gonna call this? Joey? Stay away from children.
Yeah.
We are part of the problem too. Just that.
No, don't. No, not those two sentences got to be separated. You got to pick one or the other because that'll lead to some.
I think I like the we are the problem. We are the problem. Yeah, we are the problem. All right, see you on episode 91. Peace.
Bye.
It's crazy what all y'all niggas done became, man. I'm sick of all y'all niggas. Disgusted.
Maturity, nigga.
Life is going, man.
Disgusted, man. Y'all niggas out here. Fucking booty.
I'm having grown man sex, dog.
Yeah. So you eating now?
I'm not eating what y'all eating, dog. Y'all niggas is wild for that bullshit. I'm not eating what y'all eating. Never.
Ain't nothing wrong with eating a little bit of ass, man.
Yeah, there's everything wrong with that.
So you Jamaican, so I'm not surprised, bro.
What is that? I'm had you throwing that on me.
Cause bro, Jamaicans, they act like they scared to eat pussy. So why the hell would I
real shit,
but
man.
I eat pussy though. That's the thing.
I know you do, bro.
That's my specialty, dog.
I don't know about that. I ain't gonna say I know that, but no, what I'm saying is I'm not surprised that you wouldn't go and eat the booty eventually, because I mean you Jamaican, something gotta give.